And brought to you live via St. Louis, Missouri. This is Bombers Game Mic. I'm Paul D, and tonight the St. Louis Cardinals find themselves in the Bronx at the new Cathedral Yankee Stadium to take on the New York Yankees. And obviously, a lot of news flying around in terms of trades and all the talk around that. Everybody got dealt that we expected to get dealt. Nobody got dealt that I'm aware of that wasn't expected to be dealt. So Romero, May, and Nootbaar. I'm a little feeling there in the field as far as Lars Nootbaar is concerned, but it still was expected, and we'll talk more about that as the night goes on. But join the Game Mic roll call. Let me know where y'all are watching or listening from. Now, let me give you the starting nine for both ball clubs here tonight. For the visiting St. Louis Cardinals, leading off at second base, the NL rookie sensation J.J. Weatherall. Batting second out in right field is Jordan Alexander Walker. Batting third at first base is Alec Burleson. Batting cleanup at DH is Ivan Herrera. Batting fifth in left field is Brian Torres. Batting sixth at shortstop is Mason Wynn. Batting seventh in center field is Jose Fermin. And batting ninth behind the dish is Jimmy Crooks. Now for the New York Yankees, batting leadoff in center field is Trent Grisham. Batting second at DH is Benjamin Rice. Batting third at first base is Luis Garcia Jr., recently acquired from the Washington Nationals, I might add. Batting cleanup out in left field is Spencer Jones. Batting fifth in right field is Jason Dominguez. Batting sixth at second base is Jazz Chisholm Jr. Batting seventh at third base at the hot corner tonight is Ryan McMahon. Batting eighth at shortstop is Jose Caballero. And batting ninth behind the dish is Austin Wells. And those are your starting nine tonight. Now going for the St. Louis Cardinals on the bump here this evening is the right-hander Michael McGreevy. In 21 games, he is 4-9 with a 3.57 ERA and 116 innings pitched exactly. 76 strikeouts in that span and a whip of 1.20. And going for the New York Yankees is the top of the American League as AL Cy Young contenders go, in the person of the 25-year-old right-hander Cam Schlittler. In 23 games this year, Cam is 10-6 with a 2.04 ERA and a whip of he has thrown 136 and two-thirds innings pitched, 165 strikeouts in that span, and a whip of 0.91. He is very, very good. He's a gamer. If you haven't seen him pitch, it's something to behold. He doesn't have stuff like, for example, Jacob Mizorowski, but very, very few people do. That much is clear. However, he is a gamer, very aggressive in the strike zone. He has a four-seam fastball that's fairly hard to square up, has some good rising action on it. He has a cutter that, throws in on the lefties, away from the righties, sometimes in on the righties, that he's kind of split into two pitches, one that's up in the strike zone, one that's low. He uses them slightly differently. He'll use a changeup from time to time, and he has a show-me curveball, which he's been working on all year. And everybody knows here what McGreevy's all about. So join that Game Mic roll call. Let me see where y'all are watching or listening from. 3.5 minutes away from scheduled first pitch. Let's go Redbirds indeed, Harold. He has the leadoff. Corey, woohoo. Let's get ready for an awesome call of Redbird baseball on Bombers Game Mic. And now the Brewers have two pieces from the Cardinals by way of Dustin May and JoJo Romero. So congratulations on that, Corey. Yeah, big trades today indeed, Roger. There's no doubt about that. Missouri Gaming, a lot of Redbird news today, to say the very least. I like all three of them so far, personally. Yeah, gotta miss Lars Nootbaar. I don't know how you couldn't. He's just awesome. I wish him all the luck in the world out there in Arizona. Howdy, gents. Howdy to you, Harold. Hodag. Hope all these transactions work out for the Cardinals, you and me both. Justin Beasley. Everyone, please. Actually, speaking of Justin Beasley, where is Justin Beasley there? Yes. Everyone, please be sure to like the stream, subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss the action on Bombers Game Mike. I thank you, Justin. So, a couple of minutes away here from scheduled first pitch. All right, that's sounding good. Cheers to all of that. We are all proper and connected here. All right, Corey, evening all, and evening to you as well. Best wishes for you. I completely agree, Vaughn. I completely agree. And Jeff Coleman with the $1 super. I thank you so much, Jeff. It's very much appreciated. Day in and day out, game in, game out. I thank you. Corey with the $1 super. Corey, I thank you. Our resident Brewers fan here. Can't get enough of that. There it is. So it's wonderful to see you all. You know, today is an interesting day because obviously the Cardinals are much more sellers than they are buyers, even though they did pick up a reliever out of Cincinnati for $250,000 in international trade cap. That's a thing. I saw that briefly before we came on. But today is definitely no funeral. It's not a wake. I refuse to accept that. But there is one thing that can be said, and Mrs. Game Mike pointed this out a couple of nights ago. She said, you know, one of the reasons, in her opinion, and I thought that this definitely had some room to kind of think it over, and I think it made a lot of sense. She said, in terms of the Cardinals' performance since the All-Star break, imagine being in a workplace when you have to be a very cohesive unit and you're looking around the room every day and you're not entirely sure who's going to be there, you know, in a very short period of time because there, you know, all these rumors out there that Chaim Bloom was willing to listen to offers for everybody but Walker and Weatherholt, which I was just going to say, whoever the sources there that ESPN got, man, I hope they find him and fire him because there's nothing that can be worse for a team than hearing like, hey, except for you two guys, the other 24, you could go somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure that's definitely affected their playing. And I get they're professionals, but we've all been in the workplace before. And if you have to be a cohesive unit where you're essentially living with this group of people for 6 months of the year, that has to affect you in some way. I don't know how it can, especially with such a young team that doesn't have all of the calluses that come with effectively being in the big leagues for as long as you need to be in order to kind of build up that mental barrier between what you have in front of you and what could happen to you in a week's time. But we'll see what happens. And tonight, they're at Yankee Stadium. They're taking on the Yankees. And the version of the Yankee lineup they're getting tonight is definitely the Punch and Judy version of the Yankees, considering no Bellinger, no Judge, no Stanton. And that is a lot of run production right off the board. I'm sure the new acquisition for the Nats will be fine. They also picked up Julio Ramos this afternoon. We'll see what happens there. He's not going to be in today's game, obviously. I'd imagine he'd be back sometime tomorrow. There we go. Got to turn up the closed captioning on that. It blocks everything. But yeah, join the game, Mike. Roll call. We're about, I don't know. In reality, I think first pitch should have happened already. It has not. So we're still waiting here. Warming up out there on the bump is Cam Schlittler. All right, let's see this. Let's go back to the chat while we have a moment here. Cardinals are wearing their traditional gray tops, gray bottoms, birds on the bat, red letters and numbers, red primary ball cap with the interlocking white STL on the front. The Yankees are wearing The white with the navy pinstripes with the interlocking navy STL over the left pectoral. Navy cap, white NY interlocking on the front. All righty here. All right. Miracle Johnny, go Yankees. I usually hate you, but I'm a Reds fan, so go Yankees. Oh, well, hey. If that's what you got to do, man. Who am I rooting for? This is a Cardinals channel, Ethan. What kind of question is that? Corey, ready? Who's ready for a lockout year next year? Screw the Dodgers. Yeah, they definitely did not help anybody by acquiring Tarek Skubal. And I guess the thing that amazed me so much about that trade, Corey, is how little it took for the Dodgers to get him. I mean, I find that bizarre. DJ Nick Fly, evening, Paul, and all great folks in the chat. Winning streak starts today. It has to. Let's go Cardinals. Cheers to that, DJ Nick Fly. The next few games will not have a losing team as far as I'm concerned. Cheers, Harold. Justin Beasley, I think the Cardinals did exactly what they wanted. Traded away expiring contracts for prospects. They got a top 100 prospect from Milwaukee. Absolutely. All right. And the Yankees have taken the field. Austin Wells shaking the hand of the home plate umpire. Cam is out on the bump. Gave you the starting lineup just at the beginning of the broadcast. JoJo Spades. Hi, Paulie, everyone. Go Cards. Well, cheers to that, JoJo. I hope you're doing well. Cam Schlittler, 10-6, a 2.04 ERA, 26 walks against 165 strikeouts, a whip of 0.91. He is what I call, and as you have heard me describe in the past when they have faced fellows like Jacob Mizorowski, a tough Sudoku, to say the very least. Throws that four-seamer, the cutter. He'll throw a sinker in there. He has the show-me curve. I think there's a change-up in there. Waiting to get into the box is J.J. Weatherall, which means Jordan Walker is on deck. Keep an eye out on Frias. Also, I've been watching, and he easily would have been the Brewers' #1 prospect within the next year. Yeah, I've heard some good things from him. About him, certainly reading about him this afternoon. Jimmy Otero, greetings, Paul D. Fingers crossed for today's game. Hope your energy is up. I'll send you some. I could use all you can send, my friend. No, but I'm looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. And it's a pretty good crowd at Yankee Stadium for a Monday night. I would say there's at least 35, maybe 40,000 people there. Little surreal having these two teams go up against each other, but here we are, folks. All right, stepping into the box is J.J. Weatherall against Cam Schlittler. It will be a righty-lefty matchup. There we go. And here we are. Play ball has been called. Schlittler looks into Wells. He comes motion. And the first pitch to Weatherall. A sinker up and in and out of the zone, and we are underway. It's a 1-0 count. J.J. Weatherall hitting .249, 16 home runs, 41 RBIs in 106 games, a .735 OPS. Coming wind is Schlittler, the 1-0. A sinker down and in and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. So thank you all so much for spending part of your Monday night with me here on Game Mike for a little bit of Cardinals v. Yankees, two winningest franchises in MLB history. Now the 2-0 pitch. A four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 3-0 to J.J. Weatherall. I take it, Martin, you were not there for 1964. Schlittler comes wide, the 3-0. Ball 4 on the four-seam fastball up and away. So 4 out of the zone there by Cam Schlittler. That puts a runner on first. A leadoff walk by J.J. Weatherall. 4 straight out of the zone. Defensive lineman for the Yankees, Jones in left, Grisham in center, Dominguez in right, McMahon at third, Caballero at short, Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second, Garcia Jr. at first. Wells is behind the dish, battery mate to Cam Schlittler, who's on the mound. Now here is Jordan Walker. It's a righty-righty matchup from the stretch. The first pitch. Strike, four-seam fastball inside corner below the belt. The count is 0-1. 3 years before your time. All right, Martin. 283, 22 home runs, 81 RBIs in 110 games for Jordan Walker. From the stretch is Cam Schlittler. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike of the four-seam fastball up and in, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Yes, indeed, Doge. Yes, indeed. Runner leads off first with nobody out. Time is granted by the home plate umpire at the behest of Jordan Walker. Everybody take a drink. He gets back into the box. It's an 0-2 count. Runner on first, nobody out. No score here in the top of the first inning. Coming set is Cam Schlittler. He holds the 0-2. A four-seam fastball off the outside corner. It's ruled a ball. The count is 1-2. Cam Schlittler has very little motion in either his windup or from the stretch. It's actually kind of interesting. The 1-2. Swinging strike 3 on the four-seam fastball down Broadway for the first out of the inning. So a strikeout swinging there by Jordan Walker. As I was mentioning in the pregame comments, he's very similar to Jacob Mizorowski in one way in particular. He has good rising action on that four-seam fastball in the zone. He's not easy to square up. And currently, he is leading the odds in voting for AL Cy Young. Here's the pitch. A cutter strike on the outside corner to Alec Burleson, and the count is 0-1. Burleson hitting .284, 15 home runs, 71 RBIs in 111 games, an .805 OPS. Righty-lefty matchup. Runner leads off first with 1 out. He holds the 0-1. Fouled straight back on the four-seam fastball down and into Alec Burleson, and the count is 0-2. 10 pitches so far for Cam Schlittler here in the early going. Weatherholt leads off first. And they're changing up the baseballs real quick at the behest of Cam Schlittler. Now he comes set at the stretch. He holds the 0-2 to Burleson. A four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So far, this is kind of what one has come to expect from Cam Schlittler. He comes set. Now the 1-2. Fouled back on the four-seam fastball up and away, and the count remains 1-2. All right. I feel like I'm a little... There we go. That's better. So I hope everybody's enjoying their Monday night. Thank you so much for spending part of it with me here on Game Mike. He comes set at the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Head out there into right field. Going back. Looking up. And it is gone. A 2-run home run for Alec Burleson. And that will give the Cardinals an early 2-0 lead. Yes, indeed. A 2-run bombola to the short porch and right off the bat of Burleson. And the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead. And in this particular case, that was a four-seam fastball on the outer third, just below the belt. And then Burleson did something with it. Ultimately, a ball that probably would not have been out at Busch Stadium. So, taking advantage of that short porch out there. Now, here is Herrera in the first pitch. A cutter way upstairs and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Jeff Coleman with the $1 super. Thank you, Jeff. I can understand your excitement. Now, here's a pitch. A sinker away and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. Ivan Herrera hitting .242 right now. Righty-righty matchup. Nobody on with 1 out. 2 already in for the Cardinals. Top of the first inning. Coming wide, Schlittler, the 2-0. A sinker upstairs and out of the zone. The count is 3 balls and no strikes. Yeah. A Burley bomb indeed. Now, he comes wide, the 3-0 to Herrera. Strike, 4-seam fastball inside corner, thigh high, and the count is 3-1. I'm glad you dig it, Philip. Now, the 3-1. And that's a ball 4 on the 4-seam fastball in, so Ivan Herrera works a 1-out walk here in the top of the first inning. 2 already in for the Cardinals here in the top of the first. Oh, yeah. Believe me, Eric, I will miss Lars Nootbaar just as much with you. That guy was a class act. I was watching a message that he recorded before the game as soon as he got traded. And you could tell he was feeling it. I mean, they had bought a home here, started a family here. He didn't want to be traded as far as I can tell, but he doesn't have that no-trade protection. Who knows? Who knows when we may see him again? But now he is an Arizona Diamondback. All I can say is to the man, we wish you well. Want your team to lose, but we wish you well. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I was just taking a look there. One of the pieces they got back and in return was a Double-A starter. I didn't get any more information on that. Now here is Brian Torres, righty-lefty matchup. Runner on first with 1 out, 2 already in. The first pitch. A 4-seam fastball away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Brian Torres hitting .241, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs in 43 games, a .727 OPS. Coming set is Schlittler from the stretch. The 1-0. Strike, 4-seam fastball inner third above the knees. The count is 1-1. They'll miss Dustin May and Jojo Romero. Yeah, but I can honestly say that I will most certainly miss Lars Nootbaar the most. Now he comes set. The 1-1. Fouled straight back on the 4-seam fastball away, and the count is 1-2. Thank you, dear. 2 already in for the Cardinals here in the top of the first inning. No, Lars Nootbaar fit very well in Cardinal red. Now, here's the pitch. A curveball down and in and out of the zone. The count is 2-2. That and the logjam in the outfield has definitely been loosened, which means a certain player in AAA is probably going to get a look at some point here. From the stretch, the 2-2. A sinker down and in and out of the zone. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a runner on first with 1 out. Top of the first inning, 2 already in for the Cardinals. They have a 2-0 lead. It's a 3-2 count here to Brian Torres. He's in the 5 spot. Cam Schlittler comes set. The 3-2. Foul back on the sinker in. The count remains 3-2. And Herrera was right off there with the 3-2 with only 1 out. The Yankees' best rookie. Well, I guess that depends on how you look at Cam Schlittler. I mean, granted, he got called up in the second half of last year. I mean, that's really the best answer I can give you, Philip. Now, come in, set. The 3-2, there goes the runner. Here it goes, and he fouls it straight back on the cutter in, and the count remains 3-2. So, Ivan Herrera is getting his wind sprints in. Doing some fun wind sprinting there between first and second, just in case he wasn't warmed up yet. Brother Joe, good evening, Brother Paul. Hello, everybody. The Yankees war cry, number 36. Now, coming set is Schlittler. The 3-2 offering. Hit out there into right field. Over is the right fielder, and it's in for a base hit. And now that will put runners on first and second with one out here in the top of the first inning following the single to right off the bat of Brian Torres. Who would have thought? Here comes Mason Wynn. It'll be a righty-righty matchup. Of all the guys you can jump on, Cam Schlittler is definitely not the first candidate, at least in terms of who they will face in the coming days, that you would think. They face Ryan Weathers tomorrow and Adam Warren on Wednesday. Both of them are night games, 6:05 p.m. Central Time start. Anthony DiMichele, wow, got here and the Redbirds are already up by 2. You got that right. I hope everything is well up there in the upper Midwest. Now, Cummings sets Schlittler from the stretch. The first pitch to Win. A 4-seam fastball inside and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Yeah, I'm digging it too, DJ Dick Fly. Runners on first and second with one out. 2 already in. It's a 2-0 Cardinal lead here in the top of the first inning. 27 pitches for Schlittler. The 1-0. Strike, sinker on the outside corner. Whispers over the black above the knees. The count is 1-1. Next pitch will be his 29th. So they're doing what they need to do here early, because if you get to him, you got to get to him early. Now he comes set. The 1-1. Strike, 4-seam fastball outside quarter thigh high, and the count is 1-2. Tom is graded by the home plate umpire at the behest of Mason Wynn. I'll take that. Now Cam comes set. And the 1-2. Head on up the middle. Picked up there by Chisholm. He misses the tag with the runner going for first and second. There's a throw back down towards second from first. And tagged out at second is Brian Torres for the very unusual 4-3-4 double play. And that will do it. However, the Cardinals, they put up a 2 spot against Cam Schlittler here after 1/2 inning of play. So, after 1/2 inning of play, it is the Redbirds 2 and the New York Yankees coming to bat. I'm Paul D, and this is Bombers Game Mike. Wow, oh wow. Is that not a thing? That was one of the strangest double plays that I have seen in a long time. Am I shocked about the trade of Dustin May? No, Darren, I'm not shocked by it. That was to be expected. I mean, I thought he had gotten traded the other night while he was pitching, just given all the embraces he was getting into the dugout after 5 innings of work. So no, that was expected. I'm a little surprised about JoJo Romero with the emergency appendectomy. And Lars Nootbaar, of course, we knew was always possible. So that's the story there. All right. Yeah, a strange double play, though, really. It's 4-3-4. I mean, of all the things due up for the Bombers in the bottom of the first inning is Trent Grisham, Benjamin Rice, and Luis Garcia Jr. Like I said, this is definitely the Punch and Judy version of this Yankee lineup that can still most certainly score runs. All right, we're back here for the bottom of the first inning, but when you're without Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton, those are hard to replace, even just missing one of them. Michael McGreevy, 4-9 with a 3.57 ERA, 29 walks against 76 strikeouts, a whip of 1.20. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup against Trent Grisham. He comes wide, the first pitch. Strike, 4-seam fastball, down and in to Trent Grisham. The count is 0-1. Doge Bowl, like, subscribe, share. Heck, you know it, my friend. Now he wads the 0-1. A slider down and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Now, of course, Michael McGreevy is coming off of his absolute worst start of the year, where he went 1 2/3 innings against the Cubs. That was not pretty. Now he winds the 1-1. Pop foul on the changeup down Broadway. Jimmy Crooks and Jose Fermin give chase, but it's clear into the stands. The count is 1-2. Thoughts on the Cubs moves? They made the kind of moves they needed to make. I mean, I think the Gossman move was a good move. I do. And they're a better team now than they were before the deadline, no question. The Brewers did not do as much as I thought they would do. But here we are. Now he winds the 1-2. A changeup down and away and clear out of the zone. The count is 2-2. Yeah, it's a warm one, Brother Joe. It's a warm one. And the 2-2. A sinker down and in and out of the zone. The count is 3-2. No, I thought the Cubs made some good necessary moves. And I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I did actually reply to your question. I'm not surprised about Dustin May or anybody they dealt. The 3-2. Chop foul over towards the Yankee on deck circle, and the count remains 3-2. Back into the box is Trent Grisham. He's hitting .211 on the year. There's Aaron Judge on the top step of the dugout. Cannot be fun from his position. The 3-2. There's a fly ball out to right center field. Going back is the right fielder. He's underneath it as Jordan Walker in front of the wall makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Right out there and in front of one of those LED walls that they have in the power alleys at Yankee Stadium. Defensive alignment for the Cardinals. Torres in left, Church in center, Walker in right, Fermin at third, Winnett, short, Weatherall at second, Burleson at first. Jimmy Crooks is behind the dish and battery mate to Michael McGreevy, who is on the mound. Now here is Benjamin Rice, righty-lefty matchup, the first pitch. A four-seam fastball away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Ben Rice, American League All-Star, started at the All-Star game for the American League. Very good. 266, 31 home runs, 73 RBIs in 107 games. The pitch. Strike, four-seam fastball, whispers over the black of the outside corner. The count is 1-1. No, Ben Rice has been one of the true power hitters that has remained healthy here for the Yankees. And the 1-1. It looks like a foul tip right there off of the bottom nub of the bat of Ben Rice, and the count is 1-2. A distinct winner. Yeah, I'm okay with May gone. I had made peace with that for quite some time prior to that, as well as everybody they traded today, Darren. I'll get to the rest in a moment. Now, looking in is McGreevy. He winds the 1-2. A curveball well away and out of the zone. The count is 2-2. Do you think there was a distinct winner? Well, the Dodgers, I think, definitely won something there, to be sure. Definitely. Now, the 2-2 pitch. Foul tip on the sinker down and away, and the count remains 2-2. That, and of course, the Cubs acquiring Reed Detmers was a really, really big move. You know, he'll definitely boost up their rotation. Now the 2-2 pitch, fouled straight back on the four-seam fastball on the outside corner. The count is still 2-2. Braylon Beasley with the $5 super. Hello, y'all. How's everyone doing today? Thank you, Braylon. As always. I'm doing okay. How are you? The 2-2. Fouled straight back on the sinker upstairs. The count remains 2-2. You're not asking too many questions, Darren. No, I think the Cubs did really well for themselves. The Dodgers did really well for themselves. The Yankees did well for themselves, all told. Now, the 2-2 pitch. A sinker upstairs and out of the zone. The count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. CH, man. Except it wasn't a good weekend. I was working, so I didn't call any of the games. I'll get back to the rest on the moment on CH, man. It's good to see you. Now the 3-2. Popped up in foul territory and into the stands off of Ben Rice. The count remains 3-2. Couldn't call it a game, so I found out any of my followers who went to my buddy's stream for coverage got harassed out of the chat by Sox fans. Really? Oh, that's gross. The 3-2 hit to the right side, picked up there by Burleson, but it is ruled a foul ball, and the count remains 3-2. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you, Corey, for calculating that on my behalf. But I do it for the love of the game. $2 super chat from Corey. Thank you so much. Who would ever thought one of our first citizens here on Game Mike would be a Brewers fan, but it's awesome. The 3-2. Foul tipped on the curveball down and in. The count remains 3-2. So Ben Rice is absolutely giving Michael McGreevy a total run for his money in this at-bat. I think he's probably thrown 10 pitches so far. Now he winds a 3-2. And there's a pop-up into shallow left field. Underneath it is Fermin calling for it. Calling him up is Brian Torres, who makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Oh, well, it's to be expected. Setting up for my game, but I wanted to say hello and left a like. Clicking really well with Liam, and I love this show. I found his show through yours, All-Star. Oh, really? That's how you found out about him? For some reason, I thought you knew about him prior to that. Well, I'm glad you discovered him. He's a great dude. Calls a great game. Now, the first pitch. A changeup away and out of the zone to Luis Garcia Jr., newly acquired from the Washington Nationals. The count is 1-0. Nobody on with 2 out, bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Cardinals. McGreevy looks in. Crook sets up inside. The 1-0. There's a fly ball out to center field. Underneath it is Nate Church, camped underneath it. He makes the catch for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no walks, nobody left on. After one full inning of play, it is 2-0 Redbirds going to the top of the second inning. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. 2-0 Cardinals going top of 2. It was nixed, really? I wonder why it got nixed. Oh, they're not acquiring. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that's a big deal. All right, well, let's see. Despite a report from Michael Cerami of Bleacher Nation, ESPN Jesse Rogers reports that the Cubs have not acquired Angels lefty Reed Detmers. Last night, the Cubs bolstered their rotation with Kevin Gausman, as we mentioned. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Because only a couple hours ago, I was reading it, and I was like, oh, well, that's big. And now I find out that he's not going there. What can I say? I'm definitely not gonna lose sleep over that, to say the least. But they still had themselves a pretty good deadline, all told. Oh, well, thank you so much, Jimmy. Yeah, stomach bug. It's literally the one thing that you can't fight through when you're calling a game. It can get gross. I'll leave it at that. But thank you, Jimmy. I do appreciate it. It feels good to be back. Anytime you have a stomach bug and it passes, and you're finally able to eat again, because I was even feeling it when I was calling the game on Saturday. I was having trouble keeping focus because of it. And then yesterday I was like, no, this is not happening. But then when you're finally able to eat again, you feel a lot better. Now we're back here for the top of the second inning. Due up for the Cardinals, Church, Fermin, and Crooks. 7, 8, 9 in the Redbird order. And how about Matthew Liberatore yesterday? Once again, pitching on a day I don't call a game, and he pitches really well. Now, the first pitch. A fastball away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. call the from the bathroom. That's a thought. The 1-0 pitch. Strike, 4-seam fastball inside corner. The count is 1-1. Now, coming one, the 1-1 pitch. Hit down the left field line, given chase, but it goes foul, and the count is 1-2. Sometimes the Cardinals play makes me want to go to the... Well, that's fair enough, Justin. But I'm almost looking at every time that he pitches just like a built-in off day for me. Because anytime I call his games, he does absolutely awful. And when I don't, he's amazing. Now, the 1-2 pitch. A 4-seam fastball away and out of the zone. The count is 2-2. Now, the 2-2 offering. Hit down the left field line and out of play, and the count is 2-2. Yeah, the last 10 days have not been fun, Jeff, to say the least. Well, certainly in Cardinal land. Righty-lefty matchup. Coming wide is Schlittler, the 2-2. Foul tipped on the curveball down and in. The count remains 2-2. 36 pitches for Cam here so far. He comes one, the 2-2 pitch. A 4-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 3-2. So far, Cam Schlittler is not showing his usual propensity for remaining in the zone throwing quality strikes. Not something he's done a lot of this year. Now, the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4 on the cutter, well up and away. It actually gets away there from Austin Wells. So they have a runner on first following the leadoff walk by Nate Church. And they have a runner on first with nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Honestly, Darren, I don't know enough. I don't have enough of a detailed knowledge about the Cubs minor league system to comment on that in an informed fashion. But I would say they did reasonably well in terms of what they needed to address. A lot of that was in the rotation. All right, here is Jose Fermin. Righty-righty matchup. Runner on first, nobody out. Top of the second inning, 2-0 Cardinals. From the stretch is Schlittler. And the first pitch of Fermin. Strike, sinker on the inside corner, thigh high, and the count is 0-1. Runner leads off first. Coming set from the stretch is Schlittler. And the 0-1. A 4-seam fastball inside. Did it get a piece of his bat is what I'm wondering about. Yes, it did. And the count is 0-2. Once again, hitting off the nub of that bat there at the bottom. It's an 0-2 count. No, I appreciate your input there, Darren. Whether you agree, whether you disagree. It's always about the issue and the matter, not the individual. At least that's how I handle it. But yeah, I'm glad we concur. The 0-2. Head on out there into right field. Over is the right fielder. It falls in for a base hit. It goes all the way to the wall. Picking up is Dominguez. Coming home from third is Church. And he will score. And that will give the Cardinals a 3-0 lead on the RBI double to right center field by Jose Fermin. And now the Cardinals have a runner on second with nobody out. Here in the top of the second inning, they have themselves a 3-0 lead. Now, some of you are undoubtedly familiar with this. Either one, because you knew it already, or two, you've heard me mention it before. Both the whistle and the run-scoring Westminster chime. Here is Jimmy Crooks, the 9-hitter. Righty-lefty matchup. Runner on second. The first pitch. Swinging strike on the cutter in. The count is 0-1. Jeff Coleman with the $1 super. Thank you, Jeff. Definitely worth celebrating. Both of those sounds, for those exact same reasons, come from Yankee Stadium. I want to be perfectly clear on that. Coming set, Schlittler, the 0-1. A curveball down and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. So invariably, as we do in every stream, there are a few fans of the other team they're playing that work their way into the stream. Some of them are really cool. Some of them are jerks. Some of them don't say anything at all. We never knew they were here. Coming set, the 1-1. Hit down the left field line and out of play, and the count is 1-2. And the way I see it is this. I brought it with me initially because I didn't have anything to serve for it, and then it just kind of made its own home here. So if you see a Yankee fan upset there in the chat, all I ask is that you kindly have my back with that. That's all I ask. That is the price of admission for you whistle enthusiasts. Now, coming set is Schlittler. Runner leads off second, nobody out. He holds. The 1-2. Strike three, looking on the cutter on the outer third by Jimmy Crooks for the first out of the inning. So Jimmy Crooks get caught in the observatory for the first out here in the top of the second. One already in for the Cardinals. Now back to the top of the order with J.J. Weatherall. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup. Oh, there'll be a whistle time. Of course there'll be a whistle time, but they haven't struck out any Yankees yet. I'm glad you dig it, Jeff. Now, the first pitch to Weatherall. Fouled back on the sinker away. The count is 0-1. That came in at 96 miles an hour. Plagiarism is the best form of flattery. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. Richard Mays. I'm surprised no team went out and got Cora yet. Yeah, he'll get a job again. The 0-1. A curveball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. This is a Cardinal stream after all. I keep the name Bombers Game Mike because that's just what it is. But it's a Cardinal stream. Now he comes set. Runner leads off second, the 1-1. A cutter up and away and out of the zone. The count is 2-1. One thing I'll definitely notice so far is Cam Schlittler is not moving at his usual expeditious pace. Next pitch is going to be his 49th. He comes set at the belt. He deals. Foul down the third base line and out of play, and the count is 2-2. Anytime you see a ball hit down either line, you have to be very careful. Especially when they're looking at it that closely, because it means the outfield, the corner outfielders can get to any ball because there's virtually no foul territory in the outfield at Yankee Stadium. Now, here's a pitch. A cutter up and away and out of the zone, and the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. In Weatherall's first plate appearance tonight in the top of the first inning, he walked to lead off the game. Runner on second with 1 out. 1 out in. It's a 3-0 Cardinal lead. Schlittler comes set. Now the 3-2. Ball 4 on the curveball down and in. So the Cardinals have runners on first and second with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And once again, Jeff, thank you so much for the super chat. I just wish the Cubs had traded for Andre Dawson. About to say, that's a little while ago. All right, they're actually out there having a little meeting on the mound with Cam Schlittler between the pitching coach, Austin Wells, and most of the rest of the infield. This is not his usual jam. 51 pitches so far in 1 1/3 inning of work. Oh, Harold is here indeed, Raja. And Aaron Boone has a very strained look on his face at the moment, which he often does. That is a man who knows how to get thrown out to great effect. Now, here is Jordan Walker, and I say that as a compliment. Runners on first and second with 1 out. It's a righty-righty matchup. Jordan Walker's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Coming set is Schlittler just above the belt. The first pitch to Jordan Walker. Strike, sinker on the outside corner, right at the knees. The count is 0-1. Coming, set. The 0-1 pitch. A curveball down and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. 110 degrees on the surface of the sun, Roger. I admire your fortitude. Schlittler sets at the belt. The 1-1 pitch. Chop foul and rolls over toward the Cardinal on deck circle. The count is 1-2. Hey, C. John, happy Monday to you too. Runners on first and second with 1 out. It's a 1-2 count here to Jordan Walker. Righty-righty matchup. Coming set is Schlittler. He steps off the bump real quick. And time is resumed. He looks into Wells. Coming set above the belt is Schlittler. He holds. The 1-2. A curveball up and in and out of the zone. The count is 2-2. On deck is Alec Burleson. Now Schlittler comes set at the stretch. And the 2-2. Swinging strike 3 on the four-seam fastball upstairs for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout in as many innings for Jordan Walker. Now here comes Alec Burleson, who hit that 2-run homer in the top of the first inning. Using that short porch there, just above the Bank of America advertisement in right field. So it's a righty-lefty matchup. Burley is 1 for 1. Runners on first and second with 2 out here in the top of the second inning. 1 already in. It's a 3-0 Cardinal lead. Now he comes set at the stretch. The first pitch to Burleson. Check swing on the sinker upstairs. Did he go around? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire, and the count is 0-1. Oh, hello, ZZ Captain Mastiff. Good to see you. From the stretch is Schlittler. The 0-1. Fouled back on the curveball, down and away, and the count is 0-2. Next pitch will be Cam's 59th on the evening. Schlittler looks in, comes set above the belt. The 0-2 offering. A sinker just misses the inside corner. It's ruled a ball. It's not being challenged by anybody, but the count is 1-2. Austin Wells clearly thought that was strike 3. He didn't get it. Back into the box is Burleson. Runners lead off first and second with 2 out. 1 already in. It's a 3-0 Cardinal lead. From the stretch is Schlittler. The 1-2. Fouled back on the cutter in. The count remains 1-2. 260, Aaron the band. Had errands today in front of AC and fan on high and not leaving it. I don't blame you, Roger. That was the 60th pitch for Cam Schlittler. He comes set. The 1-2. Swinging strike 3 on the sinker, up and away for the third and final out of the inning. 1 across and 2 left on. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 3-0 Cardinals lead. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. 3-0 Cardinals going bottom of 2. Well, Jose Fermin doing some quality hitting there the other way. RBI double, scoring Nate Church all the way from first. 3-0 lead. A lot of teams have not gotten that far on Cam Schlittler this year, admittedly. Like I said, I very much do buy into this idea now that the trade deadline has passed. They may be playing a bit looser. Of that, I think is not impossible, to say the least. Due up for the Bombers in the bottom of the second inning is Spencer Jones, Jason Dominguez, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. 4, 5, and 6 in the Yankee order. That guy showed up for a third time at my neighbor's place. Took Sheriff 10 minutes this time. Well, I mean, a third time in 4 days. I mean, it's like one of those things where you got away with it the first time, and then you're lucky enough to get with it, the second time. I mean, what could possibly be in that house that's worth, breaking in there and most certainly getting caught? It's not like everyone in the neighborhood isn't constantly on lookout right now. I just find that incredible, Roger. Yeah, seriously, Harold. I mean, goodness. The VIP deal coming up. What are you referring to, Jeff? I don't recall. Unless I'm missing something here, I apologize. Now, here is McGreevy out for his second frame. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first. He will face Spencer Jones, Jason Dominguez, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. middle of this Yankee lineup tonight. Righty-lefty matchup. Spencer Jones is a large human being. Now the first pitch. Four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. They screwed the back door shut. They said he looked like he was figuring out what tools he needed and left. Interesting. Here's the pitch. A four-seam fastball inside and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. I mean, I only follow it and use them insofar as I have to call a Cardinal game that's on it. The 2-0. Swinging strike on the slider on the outer third, and the count is 2-1 to Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones hitting .237, 25-year-old outfielder for the Yankees. He has been making his way and broke with the team back in May. Here's a pitch, hit to the right side, picked up by Weatherall to his left. He throws to first in time to get Spencer Jones. So Spencer Jones grounds out 4-3 for the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. That, Jeff. Oh, you're talking about the membership stuff. Okay, yeah, I didn't know how many people actually took that in the other day. I haven't started it yet, but essentially the first two things I know I'll be offering are two things in particular. One is a weekly Sunday night live stream. The first pitch, Dominguez. A curveball down and in and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Dominguez is hitting .230 this year. And that'll happen every Sunday night. It'll be from 30 to 60 minutes in length. Now, the 1-0 pitch. A four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. The other one is an hour-long monthly live chat like on Google Meet, where we can all be face-to-face for those members that want to chat with me face-to-face. The 2-0 pitch. A four-seam fastball low on the outside corner. It's ruled a ball. The count is 3-0. Nobody on, one out. Bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Cardinals. McGreevy, he pops back on the bump. The 3-0 to Dominguez. Strike, cutter on the inner third, thigh high, and the count is 3-1. Oh, well, I'm glad you appreciate the offering so much. I'll let you know when I officially launch, Jeff, as well as everybody else here, of course. Now, the 3-1 pitch. Swinging strike, a cutter on the outside quarter below the belt. The count is 3-2. Oh, I mean, if that's the way you want to go, Darren. I mean, you're cool, man. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. A sinker on the inside corner at the knees. For the second out of the inning, Jason Dominguez gets caught in the observatory, getting the old backwards K. Major League Baseball's parody of Cyrillic for the second out of the inning. Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr., righty-lefty matchup. Jazz is hitting .220 this year. The first pitch, fouled straight back on the four-seam fastball down Broadway. The count is 0-1. First strikeout tonight for Michael McGreevy. Jazz Chisholm hitting 220, 16 home runs, 45 RBIs in 104 games, a 694 OPS. It's an 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch. A 4-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. No. Well done, Darren. Nobody on with 2 out. Bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Cardinals. The 1-1. A sinker up and away and out of the zone. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch is going to be the 35th for McGreevy. And the house is packed out in the Bronx tonight. He winds the 2-1. Hit to the right side. Picked up there by Burleson. Takes it to the bag himself for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no walks. Nobody left on. After 2 full innings of play, it is 3-0 Redbirds going to the top of the third inning. I'm Paul D. And if you're enjoying my call of Redbird action here on Game Mike this evening, you haven't done so already, please do leave a like. It does a world of good for this channel continuing to grow. And you also have my eternal gratitude. And if you're not already subscribed and you like what you see and hear, well, hit subscribe. Great growing community here on Game Mike. With that said, 3-0 Cardinals going top of 3. Yeah, another 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's doing his job. Oh, what happened to Goldschmidt? He's getting the night off. When they acquired Luis Garcia Jr., he had been playing mostly first base for the Nationals. Some DH. He's played second base in years past. But Paul Goldschmidt is supposed to be a backup infielder. He's played a lot more than anybody anticipated. And on top of that, probably a lot more than he's anticipated, they don't want to wear him out. But I will say this, he's done a very, very fine job in every opportunity for the Yankees since he joined them before last year. Lord knows that I have been very happy to have him there. Just a really solid veteran presence, a really good dude. Great defensively. And he still, he still has some tread on the tire as far as his back goes. So the Yankees, very wisely resigned him, I think, actually fairly late in the offseason at that. All right, we're back here for the top of the third inning. Due up is Ivan Herrera, Brian Torres, and Mason Wynn. So 4, 5, and 6 in this Cardinal order. They have a 3-0 lead here in the top of the third inning. And they're having a mid-game interview with Ollie Marmol. Here's the first pitch. A 4-seam fastball upstairs. The count is 1-0. Now, it's a righty-righty matchup with Ivan Herrera up at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Strike. Change-up on the... sinker on the outside corner. The count is 1-1. Yeah, that should help a little bit. He comes wide. The 1-1. A sinker well up and away and out of the zone. The count is 2-1. Now, he winds, and the 2-1 pitch. Strike, sinker on the outside corner, whispers over the black, and the count is 2-2. Oh, no, you're really cool, Darren. You're a pleasure to have around. That's the one thing about this crowd here on Game Mike is we're totally cool with fans of the other team, but we just don't want people acting like jerks, and you're definitely not one of them. The 2-2. Fouled back on the sinker away. The count remains 2-2. Yeah, I mean, there is such a thing as good-natured ribbing, and I think everybody here is all in favor of that. I certainly am. Next pitch is going to be Cam Schlittler's 67th in 2+ innings of work. The 2-2 pitch. A curveball away and ruled a ball. The count is 3-2. Now, the 3-2 pitch. Fouled straight back on the curveball on the outer third. The count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. So nobody on, nobody out. Top of the third inning. 3-0 Cardinals here in the first game at Yankee Stadium this week. So here's a pitch. Fouled back on the sinker away. Rolls over towards the Cardinal on deck circle. The count remains 3-2. This will be the 70th pitch for Cam Schlittler. So the Cardinals are doing something right here, which is working up that pitch count of this young right-hander. He comes one, the 3-2. Hit down the first base side and out of play, and the count remains 3-2. I mean, getting 70 pitches in 2+ innings of work. You're doing your job. Certainly doing your job. He walked in his first plate appearance. Schlittler comes to the easy one, the 3-2. Fouled back, giving chase is Austin Wells, but it's quite a bit out of play, and the count remains 3-2. Oh, gum, Jeff, gum. It keeps my mouth from drying up too much. Back into the box is Ivan Herrera. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the third inning, 3-0 Cardinals. Now the 3-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? No, says Blue down the first baseline. So Ivan Herrera works a leadoff walk here in the top of the third inning. The Cardinals have a runner on first. It's a little trick I picked up along the way, Jeff. Just otherwise, I'd be constantly guzzling this down. The only reason I guzzle this down is purely for the stimulant effect. Now, here is Brian Torres. Righty-lefty matchup from the stretch is Schlittler, the first pitch. A sinker up and in and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Philip. Now he comes set. The 1-0. Strike cutter on the outside corner at the knees. The count is 1-1. Oh, yeah. No. Nope, just gum. He comes set. Runner leads off first, the 1-1. There goes the runner. Here's the throw. Here's the play, and he is safe at second. A stolen base by Ivan Herrera. And now the Cardinals have a runner on second. The pitch is ruled a strike, and the count is 1-2. That was a very, very good jump there. Having a brief chat there with Jose Caballero down there at second base. It's a 1-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Schlittler comes set. The 1-2. Swinging strike 3 on the cutter away for the first out of the inning. So a strikeout swinging by Brian Torres. Here comes Mason Wynn. It'll be a righty-righty matchup. Runner on second with 1 out, following the stolen base there by Ivan Herrera. Showing off his wheels. Mason Wynn is 0 for 1. Grounded out into that very strange 4-3-6 double play, I actually think it was, but still strange. Now he comes set. The first pitch. Foul back on the sinker away. The count is 0-1. Yeah, no. It was definitely Greg, and he had quite the two-seamer indeed. Especially to the left-handers. Now he comes set. The 0-1. Swinging strike on the cutter up and in to Mason Wynn, and the count is 0-2. That cutter came in at 94 miles an hour out of the right hand of Cam Schlittler. Next pitch is going to be his 79th of the evening. Runner on second with 1 out. It's an 0-2 count. Top of the third inning. 3-0 Cardinals. Carrying game 1 of 3 at Yankee Stadium this week. The one we've been waiting for. Well, certainly the one I've been waiting for. This is fun. He comes set. Now the 0-2. A cutter well up and in there to Mason Wynn. The count is 1-2. Ivan Herrera indeed. He comes set. The 1-2. Called strike three. A sinker on the outside corner. Down in the observatory goes Mason Wynn for the second out of the inning. So Cam Schlittler most certainly showing off some of his strikeout chops there. Here comes Nate Church. He has a run scored, walked in his first plate appearance, scored on the RBI double by Jose Fermin. Now the first pitch. Foul down the third base side and out of play. The count is 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Schlittler comes set above the belt. The young man deals. Hit to the left side and into left field for a base hit. Picked up out there by Spencer Jones. He throws in. Here's the throw. Here's the play. And he is safe at home. And that'll be an RBI two-out single off the bat of Nate Church. And the Cardinals have a 4-0 lead. So some excellent two-out hitting there off of Cam Schlittler by Nate Church going the other way. He just found the hole. A line drive picked up out there by Spencer Jones. And Spencer Jones, like I said, he's 6'7", but he looks even bigger than that in the box. And the $1 super for Jeff, a super for every run scored today. Here's a pitch. There's a fly ball out to left field. Going back, looking up against the wall. He makes the catch to Spencer Jones in front of the wall for the third and final out of the inning. 1 run and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It is a 4-0 Cardinal lead. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. 4-0 Redbirds going bottom of 3. Well, the Cardinals are making themselves at home at Yankee Stadium. It's funny because I would say about a week ago I started thinking about this game in a more concrete fashion. And I kept thinking to myself, you know, Alec Burleson is definitely going to try to make use of that short porch and right. Didn't take long. No runners left in scoring position. All righty. Fair enough, Husker Nation. Fair enough. So thank you all so much for joining me here on part of your Monday night here on Game Mike. It's a 4-0 Redbird lead over the Yankees going to the bottom of the third inning. Due up for the Bombers in the bottom of the third. Ryan McMahon, Jose Caballero, and Austin Wells. So 7, 8, and 9 in their order. Ryan McMahon is hitting .207. Caballero, who's actually having quite a year, might I add, for a utility piece. At least that's how he started the year. Hitting .244. And Austin Wells hitting .161. And it looks like we're back for the bottom of the third inning. Michael McGreevy out for his third inning of work. 4-0 Cardinals. Yeah, they're showing a kid playing catch out in McCombs Dam Park. I have been on that field many times. The first pitch. 4-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. Correction, a cutter up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. A nice crowd at Yankee Stadium tonight. Now, righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Cutter strike. Inside quarter thigh high to Ryan McMahon. The count is 1-1. The lefty third baseman is a defensive whiz, but his bat can be very suspect at times. And the 1-1. A 4-seam fastball just misses the outside corner. It's ruled a ball. The count is 2-1. Ryan McMahon hitting .207, 9 home runs, 26 RBIs in 92 games. 629 OPS. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the third. 4-0 Redbirds. Here's the pitch. Foul down the first baseline and out of play, and the count is 2-2. The lefty Tim Hill is getting loose out in the Yankee bullpen. Given the pitch count of Cam Schlittler, I can't even pretend to be surprised by that. Next pitch is going to be McGreevy's 40th. Time is granted by the home plate umpire at the behest of Ryan McMahon, who quickly gets back into the box after tightening his batting gloves. Now, he comes one. The pitch. Swinging strike three. Down, hacking goes Ryan McMahon for the first out of the inning. So, a very nice bit of pitching there out of the right hand of Michael McGreevy. Here's Jose Caballero. It's a righty-righty matchup. Caballero hitting .244 the first pitch. A sinker in and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. "11 home runs, 40 RBIs, and 96 gained for Caballero, the 1-0. Strike, sinker on the inner third at the knees. The count is 1-1. McGreevy comes one, the 1-1 pitch. A sweeper well away and out of the zone. The count is 2-1. The Yankees are tops in the AL wildcard standings right now. Game and a half in front of the Red Sox. Here's the pitch. A sweeper down and away and out of the zone. The count is 3-1 strike. Nobody on with one out. Bottom of the third inning. 4-0 Cardinals. McGreevy comes one. The 3-1. Ball four on the four-seam fastball down and away, so Jose Caballero works a one-out walk here in the bottom of the third inning. Oh, you know what? I absolutely had no idea about that, Jeff. I had never really thought about it. Yeah, he will steal. All right. Now, the first pitch to Austin Wells. Strike, four-seam fastball, outer third at the knees. The count is 0-1. Runner leads off first with one out. McGreevy looks into Crooks. He comes set below the belt. The 0-1 pitch. A sinker up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Austin Wells hitting .161, 7 home runs, 14 RBIs in 77 games. It's a righty-lefty matchup, .537 OPS. Caballero leads off first. Setting below the belt is McGreevy, the 1-1. Swinging strike on the changeup, down and away, and the count is 1-2 strikes. Yes, they do, Jimmy. Otero, yes, they do. Austin Wells, the 9-hitter here. On deck is Trent Grisham, who's 0 for 1. Now, there's the aforementioned Paul Goldschmidt. Always good to see him. Thrown over to first, back in time with the head first slide is Caballero. The count is 1-2. Well, of course the Yankees can come back. Now, he comes set below the belt. McGreevy deals. A curveball down and away and out of the zone. The count is 2-2. So a runner on first with one out. It's a 2-2 count. Bottom of the third inning, 4-0 Cardinals. We saw Tim Hill, the left-hander, getting loose in the Yankee pen. McGreevy looks in to Jimmy Crooks. Runner leads off first. He comes set at the stretch. The 2-2. Hit on up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Picked up by Nate Church, who tosses it back in. So now runners are on first and second with one out, following the one-out single by Austin Wells. And that'll put runners on first and second with one out here in the bottom of the third inning for the New York Yankees. Oh, well, thank you again, Jeff. You are far, far too generous. And I thank you for it. Judge is injured. He has a fractured rib. Here's Trent Grisham, righty-lefty matchup. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Runners lead off first and second. The first pitch. Strike, sinker on the outer third below the belt. The count is 0-1. Grisham gets back into the box. Runners lead off first and second. Setting up away is Crook. From the stretch is McGreevy. The pitch. A changeup away and well out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Yes, he is. He's one of the greats of his era. It has been a pleasure watching him turn into the player he is. Great guy, too. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled back on the four-seam fastball upstairs. The count is 1-2. So McGreevy has Trent Grisham in the hole here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Bottom of the third inning. 4-0 Cardinals. Time is granted by the home plate umpire at the behest of Trent Grisham. Fair enough, Jeff. Now, coming set is McGreevy. Runners lead. The 1-2. A cutter well downstairs and out of the zone. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch is going to be Michael McGreevy's 55th on the evening. He comes set below the belt. The 2-2. Fouled straight back on the four-seam fastball up and in. The count remains 2-2. Yeah, Aaron Judge is a really good dude. A great player, a great guy. You never hear anything about him off the field, which is frankly kind of nice as a Yankee fan, especially after the A-Rod years. Now, the 2-2 pitch. A sinker down and in and out of the zone. The count is full, 3-2. So runners on first and second with 1 out. It's a 3-2 count, bottom of the third inning, 4-0 Cardinals. Grisham is back into the box. On deck is Benjamin Rice. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike 3. Down hack and goes Trent Grisham for the second out of the inning. So a very timely clutch strikeout there by McGreevy. And here comes Benjamin Rice. Ben Rice is 0 for 1. This guy is a legitimate talent here in Ben Rice. I cannot emphasize that enough. Now, the first pitch. Swinging strike on the changeup, down and away. Swinging over the top of that one was Ben Rice, and the count is 0-1. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. .31 home runs so far this year for Ben Rice. McGreevy looks in. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. An 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch. A sinker up and in and out of the zone, and the count is 1-1. It had the inner half of the plate. It was just a bit too high. The count is 1-1. Next pitch is going to be McGreevy's 60th in 2 2/3. Here's the pitch. Hit out there to left field. Going back over underneath it is Torres. He makes the catch in front of the track for the third and final out of the inning. No runs and 2 left on after 3 full innings of play. It is 4-0 Cardinals going to the top of the 4th inning. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. 4-0 Redbirds going top of 4. Well, McGreevy is definitely showing himself to have bounced back after that terrible outing against the Cubs. And that's good to see. He's been very composed. This is a very full Yankee Stadium tonight. I don't think the Cardinals have played in front of a crowd quite, probably as big as this all year since they were out in L.A. And Yankee Stadium is, can be rough to pitch at for an opposing pitcher, but he is doing a fantastic job. Due up for the Cardinals in the top of the fourth inning is Jimmy Crooks, J.J. Weatherall, and Jordan Walker. So 9-1-2 in the Redbird order. Oh, that's a good question, Jeff. I'm trying to put the right number on it. I don't want to get ahead of myself until I have something that I feel comfortable about. Which is to say, I'm thinking about just going one price, all in kind of thing. Cardinals trivia question of the day. What is the Cardinals' all-time record against the Yankees since interleague play began? That's a really good question, Justin. I have absolutely no idea. It would be no more than what you just mentioned, Jeff. Without a doubt. No, it wasn't too bad. It was basically everything we expected, Alan. Basically everything we expected. All right, we're back here for the top of the fourth inning. 4-0 Cardinals. Here comes Jimmy Crooks. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup. Into the box is Crooks, and Cam Schlittler's out of the game. Tim Hill, the lefty, is in. And the first pitch, a sinker down and in and out of the zone. So they managed to run Cam Schlittler out in 3 innings. That is not something that happens often. The 1-0 fouled back on the sinker up and in. The count is 1-1. Oh, I understand, Jeff. Okay. Well, ultimately, those numbers end up being fortuitous in this case, because that's generally the range I'm thinking. Now, Hill deals. Foul tipped on the sinker down and in, and the count is 1-2 to Jimmy Crooks. Makes sense that they're doing that. Aaron Boone's going this way with the lefty Crooks, followed by Weatherall. Then you get to Jordan Walker, and then, of course, you run into another lefty by way of Alec Burleson. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the fourth inning, 4-0 Cardinals. Hill comes set. The 1-2. Foul tipped on the sinker down and in. Rolls over toward the Yankee on deck circle. The count is 1-2. Tim Hill in 40 2/3 innings, a 4.20 ERA, and a whip of 1.18 in 49 games. The 1-2 pitch. Foul tipped and rolling over towards the Yankee on deck circle. The count is 1-2. No, Tim Hill against lefties has been very effective at times. He has kind of like a sidearm thing going on. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped and rolls over towards the Yankee dugout, and the count is 1-2. Now, Hill sets. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back on the sinker away, and the count remains 1-2. 7 pitches in this at-bat so far for Jimmy Crooks against a particularly tough left-hander who goes anywhere from sidearm to submarine. It looks like he's throwing out of right field. He comes set. The 1-2. Swing strike 3. Down hacking goes Jimmy Crooks for the first out of the inning. Ah, no kidding. Since 2003. What about the 2002 series? They played each other in 2002. I'm fairly sure. Oh, that's right. They did play the Cardinals in 2003 as well. I always forget about that one. That's the series that Roger Clemens got his 3,000 strikeout or something. Here's the pitch. A sinker down and in and out of the zone. The count is 1-0 to J.J. Weatherall. 2 walks tonight in his first 2 plate appearances. It's a 1-0 count. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike, sinker on the outside, quarter thigh high, and the count is 1-1. Yeah, Renteria. Yeah, good memory, man. Now, the 1-1 pitch. Hit foul down the left field line and out of play on the sinker down and in, and the count is 1-2. Nobody on with one out, top of the fourth inning. Gets a 4-0 Cardinal lead. Hill looks in. He comes set above the belt. The 1-2. Hit to the right side. Picked up there by Jazz Chisholm on a pair of hops. He throws to first in time. So J.J. Weatherup bounces out 4-3 for the second out. Now here comes Jordan Walker. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts against Cam Schlittler. It'll be a lefty-righty matchup. Yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen, Justin, but it should. Now the first pitch. A sinker down and in and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. 13 pitches so far for Tim Hill. Now, what's going on here? Something is delaying this game. Okay, because he stepped out of the box briefly there without actually calling for time. Now, Hill sets the 1-0. Hit on out there into right field and in for a 2-out single to right off the bat of Jordan Walker. The Cardinals have a runner on first with 2 out here in the top of the fourth inning. Here comes Alec Burleson. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup and a tough lefty-lefty matchup at that. This is the reason Aaron Boone went to him, for this very occasion. Oh, yeah, I remember that too. That was not a fun memory. Now the first pitch. Foul tipped on the sinker on the inside corner to Burleson. The count is 0-1. Runner on first with 2 out. Top of the fourth inning. 4-0 Cardinals. It's an 0-1 count. Alec Burleson, a 2-run home run and a strikeout swinging. All of that was against Cam Schlittler, who only went 3 innings tonight. Hill comes set. The 0-1. Hit on out there to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone. A 2-run home run for Alec Burleson. His second 2-run bomb of the night. A Burley bomb for Alec. And the Cardinals take a 6-0 lead. Oh boy, has he been jumping all over that short porch and right. The Cardinals have a 6-0 lead. How about that? How about that, says the late Mel Allen. Oh yeah, that looked like possibly a sinker, maybe a slider. It was down and in on that classic left-handed swing path. Yeah, Alec Burleson definitely likes hitting at Yankee Stadium. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of homers. Here's the first pitcher, Herrera. A sinker strike, outer third at the knees. The count is 0-1. 6-0 Cardinals here in the top of the fourth inning. All Redbirds tonight. Now the 0-1. Foul back on the four-seam fastball in. The count is 0-2. Jeff Coleman with the $1 super. Thank you, Jeff. Now, here's the pitch. Called strike 3. A sinker on the outside corner thigh high for the third and final out of the inning. However, 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 very big over the right field wall. We have ourselves an ABS challenge here. And the called strike 3 is overturned. And the count is 1-2. Let's bring it back. It's a 1-2 count. I thought that was strike 3, but an ABS challenge successful by Herrera. Lefty-righty matchup, the 1-2 pitch. Hit to the left side, weakly picked up by McMahon at third. He throws to first in time to get Herrera for the third and final out of the inning. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 very big 2-run home run to right field off the bat of Alec Burleson, his second dinger of the night. And that will give the Cardinals a 6-0 lead going to the bottom of the fourth inning. I'm Paul D, and this is Bombers Game Mike. 6-0 Redbirds going bottom of 4. All right. And Corey with the $1 super. Thank you, Corey. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it a great deal, Corey. As I was mentioning earlier, I never would have guessed that one of our first citizens on Game Mike here, a thoroughly Redbird channel with a Yankee coded name, that one of our first citizens here would be a Brewers fan, but I don't think we could have picked one any better if we hand-picked a Brewer fan ourselves. Yeah, neither would I, Harold. Not against Cam Schlittler. Running him in 3 innings. Yeah. That'll be interesting to listen to tomorrow morning on WFAN, to say the least. A Burley bomb indeed, Dodgeball. 6-0 Cardinals due up for the Bombers in the bottom of the 4th inning. Luis Garcia Jr. followed by Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez, so 3, 4, and 5 in the Yankee order. Michael McGreevy will be coming out for his 4th frame. He'll have a 6-0 lead to work with. Well, the good news is there, Corey, is it was a stomach flu, so that none of that's necessary, but more of this, believe me, it's money well spent. Now, the first pitch to Garcia Jr., strike, and the count is 0-1. Bottom of the 4th inning, 6-0 Cardinals. Righty-lefty matchup, the 0-1. A changeup down and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Oh, did you now, Justin? Okay. Here comes one, the 1-1 from McGreevy. A changeup down and away and out of the zone. The count is 2-1 to Luis Garcia Jr., who is 0 for 1 tonight in his Yankees debut. It's getting a little windy there at the stadium. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back on the sinker, up and away, and the count is 2-2. You can tell because you can see the pants of McGreevy flapping in the wind. That's real wind. I have to check the weather report. Now the pitch. Hit out there into center field and in for a leadoff base hit. So the first hit in the Yankee career of Luis Garcia Jr. leading off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Yankees have a runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Speaking of which, okay, it's just windy. It's perfectly clear there, so no worries about rain. Here is Spencer Jones. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Righty-lefty matchup. Runner leads off first with nobody out. Sitting 235. The first pitch. A cutter up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Jim Colvin. So Paul D., when we do get local public Cardinals game on TV, we mute the TV and put you on the sound system. Oh, well, thank you, Jeff. I have no idea when that's going to happen. The 1-0. A changeup away and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. Well, hey, I am glad to hear that you enjoy my call so much, Jeff. That's the reason I'm doing this. I'm doing it for a lot of reasons, but primarily bringing this baseball to folks that wouldn't be getting it otherwise for any number of reasons. Stepping off the rubber real quick is McGreevy. Now, looking in is McGreevy. He sets below the belt. Runner leads off first. The 2-0. A changeup away and well out of the zone. The count is 3-0. No, this is a Yankee channel now, Barry Bueno. I call Cardinal games. They just happen to be playing the Yankees. Runner leads off first. The 3-0. Strike. Sinker on the outer third, thigh high, and the count is 3-1. Yeah. 2-1-1-2 in terms of Cardinal scoring so far. They were just zooming in on the scoreboard. And the 3-1. Hit to the right side and foul on the curveball in. And the count is 3-2 to Spencer Jones. Now, he's 6'7". and I believe that is the same height as Aaron Judge, yet for some reason Spencer Jones just looks like a giant in the lefty batter's box. Not that Aaron Judge doesn't, but like he even needs to crouch down. The 3-2. Fouled on the check, swing on the sinker in. The count remains 3-2. Yeah, I do, Jeff. Working, is it second shift, Jeff? Are you working second shift? Well, when I say second shift, I'm thinking about 24 hours. The second shift, I suppose. Now the 3-2. Swinging strike three. Down, hack and goes Spencer Jones. For the first out of the inning. Swinging over the top of that. Changeup down and in from McGreevy. Oh boy. That's the first out of the inning. Jimmy Otero. Glad this is a Cardinal channel. Now the first pitch to Jason Dominguez. Strike, four-seam fastball down and in. The count is 0-1. Jason Dominguez 0 for 1 with a strikeout, hitting .228, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs in 52 games. Suffered a shoulder injury earlier the year when he ran into the wall in left center. Here's a pitch. There's a fly ball out to shallow right field. Underneath it is Weatherall. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That is the Cardinal channel. I used to referee both football and basketball, but never got into umping baseball. Umping baseball is fun. Turning off the Brewer game for a bit. Glad I can take refuge here with you all. Hey, absolutely. Anytime, Corey. Now here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's 0 for 1. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Runner on first with 2 out. The first pitch. Strike, cutter on the outer third at the knees. The count is 0-1. Open at 5 a.m. Wow. 219, 16 home runs, 45 RBIs for Jazz. Stepping off the rubber real quick is McGreevy. Next pitch is going to be the 76 for McGreevy. In 3 2/3. The 0-1. A changeup in the dirt, blocked very well there by Jimmy Crooks. The count is 1-1. I think that is something I can sympathize with, Jeff, to say the least. Especially at that hour, my goodness. McGreevy looks in. Runner leads off first. He comes set below the belt. The 1-1 to Jazz. Foul down the third base side and out of play on the four-seam fastball. The count is 1-2. 77 pitches for McGreevy. He heads back onto the rubber, looks into Jimmy Crooks. In the box, once again, is Jazz Chisholm. Runner leads off first with 2 outs. 6-0 Cardinals from the stretch. The 1-2. Hit to the right side. Picked up by Weatherall to his left. He throws to first in time for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no walks, 1 left on. After 4 full innings of play, it is 6-0 Redbirds going to the top of the 5th inning. I'm Paul D. And if you're enjoying my call of Redbird action here on Game Mike tonight, and you haven't done so already, please do leave a like. You have my eternal gratitude in addition to all the good that it does for helping this channel continue to grow. Get out there to more Cardinal fans who need all the help this year they can get following Cardinal games day in and day out. And if you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, well, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe. Love to have you. With that said, 6-0 Cardinals going to the top of the 5th. All right. Due up for the Redbirds in the top of the 5th inning, Brian Torres, Mason Wynn, and Nate Church. Brian Torres is 1 for 2, Wynn is 0 for 2, and Church is 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Hey, it's the Fire Phoenix. What's going on, everybody? Finally done with my chores, and now I can come out and play. Welcome back, my friend. Jerry Wallace. Long time, Paul D. Good to see you, Jer. All right. So we await the top of the 5th inning. Are they going to send... Well, they could send Hill out there again. He's still showing as being the pitcher on the hill. Makes sense against Torres. And then win. It's possible. Torres win the right-hander and then the left-hander Church. So 2 of the 3 do up being left-handers. We'll see which way Aaron Boone goes with this. We'll find out shortly. And now we're getting a replay of Alec Burleson's last home run. Now, here's Hill out for his second frame. Here's the pitch. A sinker inside and out of the zone to Brian Torres. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. The count is 1-0. 6-0 Cardinals, top of 5. Coming set is Hill, the 1-0. A sinker down and in and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. Hill comes set. The 2-0. Strike, sinker down Broadway, right about the knees. The count is 2-1. Brian Torres was not exactly enamored with that call. Enough to have a word with the home plate umpire, not enough to challenge it. Cardinals have one successful ABS challenge tonight, but both teams have both of theirs intact. Now the 2-1. A sinker up and in. It's ruled a ball, but it's challenged there, I believe, by the Yankees. So we await the challenge here. And it's indeed a strike. And the count is 2-2. So the pitch originally called a ball is overruled, and it's a 2-2 count. Back in the box is Torres. He is 1 for 2. Coming sets Hill, the 2-2 pitch. A sinker down and in and out of the zone. The count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A hint of a smile on the face of Ollie Marmol. The 3-2. Fouled down the third base side. Not a play on the sinker in. The count remains 3-2. Yeah, he had a great year, did Frias, or is it Frias? I don't know how exactly where the emphasis is on that. But he did really well in rookie ball. He's slowed down a little bit since getting called up to single A. Here's a pitch, hit to the right side, picked up by Jazz Chisholm on a hop. He throws to first in time. So Brian Torres bounces out 4-3 for the first out here in the top of the 5th inning. Well, of course, this is a Cardinal channel, Fire Phoenix. I love both teams with equal vigor. But this is a Cardinal channel. And now we have ourselves a pitching change. Coming in is the righty Castro. So 1 1/3 from Tim Hill. 2 earned runs on that 2-run home run by Alec Burleson in the top of the 4th inning. Give you the numbers here on Castro in a moment. The 27-year-old right-hander, Kervin Castro. 2 games, 0-0 record, a 3.38 ERA, and 2 2/3 innings pitched. 4 strikeouts in that span, and a whip of 0.75. And that is the story with Castro. Yeah, Burley bombs are falling tonight in the Bronx, no question. Is that so, Stubbs? Interesting. Wow. So we await the pitching change completion. When we get back, it'll be Mason Wynn, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. It'll be a righty-righty matchup. And on deck is Nate Church, who's had a fine night at the plate so far. All right, we're back here in the top of the 5th inning following the pitching change. Nobody on with 1 out, top of the 5th inning, 6-0 Cardinals. Here comes Mason Wynn, 6-6-0 Cardinals, 0-2-0 Yankees. Now, he comes, set does Castro, the first pitch to Wynn. A four-seam fastball well up and in and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Gave you the numbers on Carabin Castro a moment ago. He comes set, the 1-0. Swinging strike on the four-seam fastball down and away, and the count is 1-1. Now, he comes set at the belly, the 1-1. Hit foul down the first base side, and out of play on the four-seam fastball in, and the count is 1-2 to Mason Wynn. As I mentioned a moment ago, Mason Wynn is 0 for 2. Nobody on with one out, top of the fifth inning, 6-0 Cardinals. Grounded into that weird double play, and then a strikeout looking, the 1-2. Hit foul down the first base side, and out of play on the four-seam fastball. The count remains 1-2. Back into the box is Wynn. Now the 1-2 pitch. Foul down the first base side, now to play on the cutter away, and the count remains 1-2. Castro comes set above the belt. The 1-2. Called strike three. Curveball on the outside corner. Down looking goes Mason Wynn for the second out of the inning. Now here comes Nate Church. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And an RBI. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch from Castro. Check swing on the curveball down and in. Did he go around? No, says Blue down the third baseline. The count is 1-0. Honestly, I don't know yet, Jeff. I only got a quick peek at what they got. The 1-0 pitch. A four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. Because I got the word less than an hour before I went on air here, and they didn't show who they had gotten back from the Diamondbacks. All I saw is that it was one of them was a right-handed pitcher in Double-A. Now the 2-0. A four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 3-0. There may be more than that. That's only what I've seen. So nobody on with 2 outs, a 3-0 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Now the 3-0 pitch. Strike, four-seam fastball down and in. The count is 3-1. Yeah, but I feel like Lars Nootbaar definitely had a certain Cardinal spirit to him. The 3-2 fouled back of the four-seam fastball in. The count is 3-2. It's like one of those guys that just looked like he was born to wear Cardinal red. You know, Dustin May and Jojo Romero are very fine players, and they will be missed in terms of what they contribute. You know, Jojo Romero, well, he has had his moments where he has really given up the goat. He's otherwise been pretty decent out of the pen. The 3-2, ball 4, so Nate Church works a 2-out walk, and the Cardinals have a runner on first with 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Now, leading off first is Nate Church. In the box is the righty, Jose Fermin. Righty-righty matchup, the first pitch. A four-seam fastball strike down Broadway below the belt. The count is 0-1. An RBI double and a foul out. 1 for 2 is Jose Fermin tonight. Runner leads off first. Coming set is Castro, the 0-1. There goes the runner. Here's the throw. Here's the play, and he is out at second. So trying to steal second for the 3rd out was Nate Church. He is gunned down by Austin Wells, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, nobody left on. After 4.5 innings of play, it is 6-0 Cardinals going to the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. Let's go back to the chat. Well, ultimately the thinking there, Fire Phoenix, is that he was going to be a free agent at the end of the year. He technically had a mutual option at the end of the year, but those very, very seldom work out. And just kind of given the year he's had, being mostly healthy, showing real flashes of excellent pitching, it made all the sense in the world to deal him. And Jojo Romero would have also been a free agent at the end of the year. Lars Nootbaar is a slightly different story. He's still under control for 2027. I think he even has an arbitration year left, which in theory could be one of the reasons they dealt him. But that's what it is. So, we'll see what happens from there. Let's find out what exactly they got back. Okay. 4. Okay. Okay, so they got a couple of minor league pitchers from the Diamondbacks. Daniel Egan and Sando Santana. A rather catchy name, if I would say so myself. So, Daniel Egan, a right-handed starting pitcher. And Sando Santana, a left-handed pitching prospect from Double-A. All of them for Lars Nootbaar. Oh, and there's a player to be named later, so that'll be fun. All right, due up for the Bombers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ryan McMahon, Jose Caballero, and Austin Wells, so 7, 8, 9 in their order. And the first pitch. Half swing strike, and the count is 0-1 on the curveball, down and in to Ryan McMahon. It's a righty-lefty matchup and an 0-1 count. 6-0 Redbirds, bottom of the 5th inning. Nobody on, nobody out. McGreevy, he looks into Jimmy Crooks. He calms motion, the 0-1. A four-seam fastball up and in, ruled a ball. The count is 1-1. Looking in is McGreevy, the 1-1 pitch. A changeup downstairs and out of the zone. The count is 2-1. Hey, John. Now, here's the pitch. Hit to the right side and into right field for a leadoff single off the bat of Ryan McMahon. And the Yankees have a runner on first with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So he managed to get one in the hole between first and second there. In that case, Burleson and Weatherall. Alexander Frias, we'll find out what the exact pronunciation is at a moment. Corey may have an answer to that one. Now here's Jose Caballero walked in his first plate appearance. Here's a pitch. Hit foul down the third base side and out of play. The count is 0-1. It's a righty-righty matchup. 83 pitches so far for McGreevy in 4+ innings of work. Runner on first with nobody out in the person of Ryan McMahon. J.M. Jones. Newt was a true Cardinal and a leader on this rookie club. That is so true. That's one of the things I miss. Back into the box is Caballero. And back onto the bump is McGreevy. He's from the stretch. It's an 0-1 count. Checks on the runner at first. Comes set below the belt. He's at the stretch. The 0-1. Strike. Sweeper on the inside. Quarter at the knees. The count is 0-2. Fans are not going to appreciate this trade. He's pretty well liked/loved here in St. Louis. Yeah, absolutely. And with good reason. He's a good dude. Time is granted by the home plate umpire at the best of Jose Caballero. So, I don't know, some of you might have heard about this, but Jose Caballero has been kind of in a battle with Major League Baseball and specifically the umpires in terms of coming ready and looking up by the 8-second mark on the pitch count, which is what you're supposed to do. And he's been kind of working his way around that. Here's the pitch. A 4-seam fastball up and in out of the zone. The count is 1-2. And they've been cracking down on him recently. Back into the box is Caballero. Runner leads off first. Coming set below the belt is McGreevy. The 1-2. Hit to the left side. And it is a foul ball. It breaks foul before the bag. And the count is 1-2. Yeah, there was definitely a flurry of trades just starting on, well, Sunday. Or maybe it was Saturday night. You know, basically the Tarek Skubal trade just kind of opened up the floodgates. I guess the best way to put it. McMahon leads off first. It's a 1-2 count to Jose Caballero. Stepping off the rubber there real quick is Michael McGreevy. Next pitch will be his 87th. He shakes off Jimmy Crooks a couple of times, then comes set below the belt. The 1-2. Called strike 3. Challenged immediately there by Caballero. It was a sinker on the outside corner, so an ABS challenge incoming. Let's find out. And it's indeed a ball, and it missed by how much? 0.6 inches. And the count is 2-2. Good challenge by Caballero. Both teams have both of their ABS challenges. All their ABS challenges tonight have been successful. Shaking him off a couple of times is McGreevy. He sets below the belt. The 2-2. Swinging strike 3. Down, heck, it goes Caballero for the first out of the inning. Jeff, Q-Man says hi. Will return to chat after 3 surgeries. I know he was having some issues in terms of his dentistry. I hope it's nothing worse than that, even though that's pretty awful. I hope he's doing well. Well, I mean, I hope he's doing better. Here's the pitch. A 4-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Austin Wells is in the box. He's 1 for 1. Righty-lefty matchup, runner on first with 1 out. 6-0 Cardinals, bottom of the 5th. Coming set is McGreevy, the 1-0. A curveball down and away, it's ruled a ball. The count is 2-0. Yeah, God bless him indeed, Roger. He brings a lot of color to this chat. Here's the pitch. Hit out there to right field. Going back, looking up, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Austin Wells, and that will cut it down to a 6-2 Cardinal lead. I believe that is the 8th home run on the year for Austin Wells. He really got all of that thing. So 6-2 Redbirds following the 2-run home run to right by Austin Wells. And it has cut it down to a 6-2 Redbird lead. Now back to the top of the order with Trent Grisham. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup. Yeah, Austin Wells got a lot of that. It was clear off the belt. Clear off the bat. And here comes Ollie Marmol. It looks like he's going to be going to the pen. He's going to the left-hander, which I can imagine is probably Brule, but let's see. We will find out momentarily, folks. Unless they cut from the broadcast. Yep, here comes Justin Brule. So, 4 1/3, 2 earned runs for Michael McGreevy tonight at Yankee Stadium. It's a 6-2 Cardinal lead. And here comes Justin Brule. He'll face, this makes all the sense in the world, Trent Grisham, Ben Rice, and Luis Garcia Jr. 3 lefties in a row, so it's probably the right call. Brule has to execute, of course, but that's the reality of it. Bullwinkle to the mound. All right, let's see here. Give you the numbers on Brule. anytime it wants to load up, right? Well, as we wait for that, so in 48 games in 2026, Justin Bruihl has a 0-0 record with a 3.59 ERA in 52 2/3 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, and a whip of 1.39. That's the numbers this year for the 29-year-old left-hander out of the Cardinal pen. He will be facing a slew of left-handers. In fact, 4 in a row. When you throw Dominguez in there, correction, when you throw Spencer Jones in there, Dominguez is a switch hitter. So I'd like to thank you all so much for spending part of your Monday night with me here on Game Mike. We're about back to the action here. Justin Bruihl gave you his numbers just a moment ago. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup, as advertised, against Trent Grisham. Bruihl comes set above the belt. The first pitch. Strike. Breaking ball on the inside corner. The count is 0-1. Nobody on with 1 out. 2 already in for the Yankees at the bottom of the 5th. The 2-run homer by Austin Wells. The 0-1. Strike. Sweeper down Broadway, and the count is 0-2 to Trent Grisham. A very interesting question, Roger. Bruihl steps off the rubber real quick. Getting on the same page as Jimmy Crooks, I would imagine. Trent Grisham's back into the box. He's 0 for 2. Coming set. The 0-2. A sweeper down and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-2. And Jeff Coleman with a $1 super. Thank you again, Jeff. Very generous, and I appreciate it immensely. Now, Bruihl comes set above the belt. The 1-2 pitch. There's a fly ball out to right field. Going back, looking up, and it is gone. A solo home run just over the fence in right for Trent Grisham, and that will cut it down to a 6-3 Redbird lead. That was definitely a Yankee Stadium home run right there. Off the bat of Trent Grisham, a solo shot to right. A 6-3 Cardinal lead. Let's see on that. Oh, yeah. Definitely. That looked like a slider down and in, and that classic lefty swing path. And Trent Grisham knows how to hit him out at Yankee Stadium, no doubt. Went into about the second row. 6-3. Now the first pitch to Ben Rice. Strike, sinker on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. 3 already in here for the Bombers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now the 0-1. Swinging strike on the sweeper away, and the count is 0-2. Now he comes set. The 0-2 to Rice. A sinker down and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-2. Bruihl comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Foul tipped on the sweeper in. The count is 1-2. One final note, everybody, for It's Time's birthday. No. No, that's my contribution. Back onto the bump is Bruihl. Back into the box is Benjamin Rice. He's 0 for 2. The 1-2 pitch. A sweeper away and well out of the zone. The count is 2-2. And, of course, happy birthday. Now, Bruihl sets the 2-2 pitch. Hit foul down the first base side and out of play on the sinker in. The count remains 2-2. Ah, yes. It's time. You're getting a lot of birthday love down there in the chat. Time is granted to Ben Rice, who's using a bit of the pine tar on his lumber. Nobody on with 1 out. 3 already in here for the Yankees in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 6-3 Cardinal lead. Brule looks in, comes set above the belt. The 2-2 to Rice. Hit to the left side, picked up there by Mason Wynn. He throws to first in time. Check that by Jose Fermin. He throws to first in time for the second out of the inning. So Ben Rice grounds out 5-3 for the second out. Heavy shift there. But Jose Fermin hadn't played perfectly. Now here comes Luis Garcia Jr. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Got his first Yankee hit. Lefty-lefty matchup. The first pitch. A sinker well away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Yeah, next time he shows up at Busch Stadium, which won't be this year, unfortunately, he'll get a very fine greeting. The 1-0. Hit to the right side. Picked up there by Burleson. Covering there is Brule. He beats him to the bag, getting the throw for the third and final out of the inning. However, the Yankees, they put up a 3 spot on a 2-run home run and a solo job. It's cut it down to a 6-3 lead going to the top of the 6th inning. I'm Paul D, and this is Bombers Game Mike. Alrighty. At least no Arizona 7th. Well, we can only hope, Roger. We can only hope. Oh, yeah. So, that right field porch has weighed heavily in this game so far. I'm not going to pretend to be surprised, especially with a left-hand hitting heavy lineup like the Cardinals, and of course, the Yankees are extremely left-hand hitting tonight, certainly. Been a decent contest so far. The Yankees are quite resilient, I will say that. Mary Louise Parker is 62 today. If you didn't know, you shared. Very well. Ah, I see, Isaiah. I see. Well, good luck to you. Due up for the Cardinals in the top of the 6th inning. Jose Fermin, Jimmy Crooks, and J.J. Wetherell. As you recall, Nate Church got thrown out trying to steal second. That ended the top of the 5th inning for the Cardinals. So Jose Fermin gets a second shot at it. And the first pitch from Castro is a fastball away, and the count is 1-0. Jose Fermin 1 for 2 with an RBI double. And the 1-0. He popped him up around third base. Giving chase are both the third baseman and the catcher. It goes into the stands. The count is 1-1. Yeah, I'm sure it does, Roger. It's not any easier, I imagine, the second or third time around. Oh, that's awful. Yes, they are, Fire Phoenix. Now, the 1-1 from Castro. A curveball up and in and out of the zone. The count is 2-1 to Jose Fermin. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 6th inning. 6-3 Cardinals. Castro comes set. It's a righty-righty matchup. The 2-1. A four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 3-1. Next pitch will be Castro's 19th. He comes set above the belt. The 3-1. Foul back on the four-seam fastball away, and the count is 3-2. Yeah, that's the problem with the algorithm. It has a tendency to remind us sometimes of things we do not wish to be reminded of. Time is granted by the home plate umpire at the behest of Jose Fermin. A great Yogi Berra quote, Jimmy Otero. And the 3-2. And what is it? What's the call? Nobody seems to know the answer to this question. It was a sinker down and in. It had the inner third of the plate. It looked just below the knees, but nobody seems to know what just happened. And there's an ABS challenge, and it was originally called a ball. The Yankees challenge it, and it's a strike. It just got a little piece of that bottom part of the zone for the first out of the inning. Weird, man. I didn't see even the tap of the cap back there by Austin Wells. So, a strikeout looking for Jose Fermin. Here's Jimmy Crooks. He is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Hit on out there into left field. Underneath it is Spencer Jones in front of the track to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Weird. Usually, it's a much more streamlined thing, but nobody knew what was going on the entire time. Like, the umpire didn't even usually do his turn around, look back up towards the press box thing. Now, here's J.J. Weatherall. He is 0 for 1 with a pair of walks. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup. Nobody on with 2 out, top of the 6th inning, 6-3 Cardinals. And the first pitch. A curveball up and in. It is, looks like it's ruled a ball and challenged. So it looks like we might have an ABS challenge incoming here. Stand by. We do. And it's indeed a strike. So the Yankees challenge, and they are successful. 2 pitches in a row, and the count is 0-1. Now, the 0-1. A curveball bounced out in front of home plate, and the count is 1-1. Looking in is Castro. He comes set above the belt. The 1-1 pitch. Hit out there to left field. Going over is Spencer Jones towards the line. He's underneath it. He makes the catch for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no walks. Nobody left on after 5.5 innings of play. It is 6-3 Cardinals going to the bottom of the 6th inning. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. 6-3 Cardinals going to the bottom of the 6th inning. All right. Maybe, Justin. We'll see. Momentum is whoever's coming out of that bullpen for the Cardinals. And if that's the case, the momentum is constantly shifting. Due up for the Bombers in the bottom of the 6th inning. Spencer Jones, Jason Dominguez, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. So 4, 5, and 6 in the Bomber order. Spencer Jones is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Jason Dominguez is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And Jazz Chisholm is simply 0 for 2. I do not normally announce Yankee games. I normally announce Cardinal games. Which this is. Alrighty. This pitching change is brought to you by Panera Bread. Go visit Jeff at Mid Rivers Mall. Thank you, Justin. We'll see, folks. It's a 6-3 lead going bottom of 6. You know, this is not the Yankees' usual, primetime lineup, but with injuries, they're still a very capable club. A very good veteran bunch, no doubt. So the Cardinals do have to be very much on their game. Now, the first pitch. Strike on the outside corner to Spencer Jones. A sinker. The count is 0-1. Now he comes set. The 0-1 from Brule. Hit foul down the third base side. Now to play on the sinker in. The count is 0-2 to Spencer Jones, who is, as I mentioned prior, 0 for 2. Farewell in good fortune to Lars Nootbaar indeed. He was a pleasure to have around. The 0-2 pitch. Chop foul and rolls over towards the Yankee dugout. The count is 0-2. Coming set is Brule. The 0-2. There's a fly ball down the left field line. Giving chase is Fairmean, who stops well short of the tarp down the left field line. It goes about 12 rows deep. Getting hot down the pen is the righty Gordon Graceffo out in the Cardinal pen in left. Now, looking in is Brule. It's an 0-2 count. He comes set above the belt. The 0-2 to Spencer Jones. Hit to the right side. Picked up there on a hop by Burleson. Takes it to the bag himself for the first out of the inning. So Spencer Jones grounds out 3 for the first out. And here comes the switch hitter, Jason Dominguez, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. If indeed Justin Brule remains in, he will be hitting right-handed. Indeed he does. Here's the pitch. Hit to the right side and through the hole into right field for a one-out single to right by Jason Dominguez. And the Yankees have a runner on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ah, yes, Fire Phoenix. You have very much articulated what every Cardinal fan here is thinking every time it happens. Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. Lefty-lefty matchup. He is 0 for 2. Runner on first with 1 out. And the first pitch from Brule. There's a fly ball down the right field line and well foul, but well up into the upper deck. The count is 0-1. A couple of groundouts for Jazz Chisholm Jr. "20 pitches so far for Brule. Runner leads off first. The 0-1. A sinker just misses the outside corner. It's ruled a ball. The count is 1-1. Jazz gets back into the box. Brule comes set above the belt. Runner leads. The 1-1. There goes the runner. Here's the throw. Here's the play, and he is safe at second. So Jason Dominguez manages to swipe second. The pitch is ruled a ball. So the count's 2-1, and the Yankees have a runner on second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those in-game interviews either, Jeff. Really, at any point in time, for anybody. I just feel like they're a distraction. So Mason Wynn and Jason Dominguez sharing a word. And the home plate umpire is on about something here. I don't know what. You can't tell me that play's under review. He was safe by a mile. And Ollie Marmol is on the phone. Let's see here. Did he come off the bag at all? Is that what we're talking about? They actually might have a point there. Let's see. This thing, I think, is under official review. Stand by. Yeah, so initially he's safe, but he may have come off the bag. Oh boy, I think he might have. I don't know if there's enough evidence to overturn the call. That's what I would say at the moment. But we're going to find out because the play is now under review. So we get to go to the off-site replay center. It's like NASA Mission Control, but better funded. And so we shall see. They have at least 4 guys on it looking at the same screen with about 5 different angles. So, hey, how about that? All right, let's see here if we can get a better look on this thing. So the initial call, he's safe by a mile. But did he come off? I think he might have. See if it's really enough. Boy, it might be. It might be. We'll see. We'll see what the off-site replay center has to say about the matter. One way or another. Everybody is looking at the big scoreboard in center field. I have seen that from an aircraft before on several occasions. It was quite impressive. And he is out at second on official review. He came off the bag. Mason Wynn kept the tag down on him. He came up off the bag slightly for a moment when the tag was applied, and that'll be the second out of the inning. It is still a 2-1 count, however. Well, throw him out, Jimmy Crooks. He's pretty happy with himself, even though he had very little to do with that part of it. All right, it's a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Strike, sinker on the outside corner at the knees to Jazz Chisholm Jr., and the count is 2-2. Now, Brule sets the 2-2 pitch. Hit to the right side, picked up by Wetherell. Keeps it in front of him. He throws to first in time to get Jazz Chisholm Jr. for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit. No walks, nobody left on. After 6 full innings of play, it is 6-3 Cardinals going to the top of the 7th inning. I'm Paul D. And if you're enjoying my call of Redbird action here on Game Mike tonight, you haven't done so already, and you feel I've earned it, please do leave a like. It's really helping this channel continue to grow, getting pushed out there to more Cardinal fans and baseball fans more generally. And Lord knows you have my eternal gratitude. I'm not being sarcastic. You really do. And if you're not already subscribed and you like what you see in here, well, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe. We have a great growing community of Cardinal fans and baseball fans more generally. With that said, 6-3 Cardinals going to the top of the 7th inning. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. All right. Well, that was an interesting half inning of baseball. I'll take care of you, Jeff. Don't worry. All right. So, due up for the Cardinals in the top of the 7th inning is Jordan Walker, Alec Burleson, and Ivan Herrera. Alec Burleson is responsible for 4 of the 6 Cardinal runs tonight on a pair of 2-run homers over the short porch and right. Jordan Walker is 1 for 3. With a run scored. He's also struck out a couple times. Both of them were against Cam Schlittler, by the way. Ivan Herrera is 0 for 1 with a pair of walks and a run scored. Yes, he is beyond due. All right. Stepping into the box is Jordan Alexander Walker. Castro's out there for his third frame. He's thrown 1 2/3 so far. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch. A 4-seam fastball upstairs and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Getting loose down in the pen is a lefty for the Yankees. And here's the pitch. A 4-seam fastball down and in, and the count is 2-0. Castro comes set above the belt. The 2-0. Swinging strike of the 4-seam fastball down and in, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck, Alec Burleson. Quite a night for the Burley one. The 2-1. Hit to the left side. Picked up deep in a hole by Caballero. He throws to first, and he gets Jordan Walker at first. And Jordan Walker is immediately signaling to the dugout that they should take a look at that thing. It was a bang-bang play at first. You know, the fact that Caballero got it there in any amount of time is in and of itself impressive, but I don't know if they're going to take a look at it. They're showing 1 out, but okay. So they are going to take a look. Let's see here on the replay. So it's under official review. Let's see here. So it was a ground ball to short. Caballero gets it up, throws it from shallow left field. And, okay, let's see here on this particular angle. Did he get him? Oh, you can't see from that angle. This one you can see from. Oh, he is safe. He is absolutely safe at first. That should be an infield single by Jordan Walker. And indeed it is. They came back with that ruling very quickly. And here comes Aaron Boone. Looks like he's going to the left-hander to face Burleson. So Castro comes in, does a very fine job for the Yankees. Save that infield single right there. 2 innings pitched. A hit, 1 2/3 innings pitch, a hit, a walk, and a couple of strikeouts. So now the Yankees are going to the pen. Let you know who in a moment. I hope you are as well, Goldie. They're going to Ryan Yarbrough. 34-year-old left-hander in 27 games this year. He's 2-1 for the Bombers. 3.56 ERA in 43 innings pitched. 30 strikeouts in that span. A whip of 1.28. That is your numbers for Ryan Yarbrough. He will face the left-hander Alec Burleson. On deck is Ivan Herrera. Yes, this pitching change is definitely brought to you by Bombers Game Mike. Subscribe today. You know, Justin, you really missed your calling. You really should be the copywriter for all these advertisements that get read, mid-game. Who am I kidding? You're doing it right now. All right, here comes the burly first baseman for St. Louis. Couple of 2-run bombolas. He has 4 RBIs tonight and a couple of runs scored. He will face the left-hander Ryan Yarbrough with a runner on first and nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. 6-3 Redbirds here over the Yankees in the top of the 7th inning. Yarbrough comes set above the belt. He throws over to first. Back in time with the head first slide is Jordan Walker. So we wait the first pitch of this plate appearance. Oh boy, have we crossed the line again? Yarbrough comes set above the belt. And the first pitch to Burley. A cutter well away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. A home run, a strikeout swinging, and a home run. Now he comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Strike, 4-seam fastball down Broadway, and the count is 1-1. Yarbrough sets above the belt. He deals a sweeper away and out of the zone. The count is 2-1. Runner leads off first with nobody out. It's a 2-1 count here to Alec Burleson. The 2-1 from Yarbrough. A 4-seam fastball away and out of the zone. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike. So, Alec Burleson working Yarbrough here. Runner leads off first. Yarbrough comes set. And the 3-1. Hit to the right side. Picked up there by the first baseman. Throws the second one. Back to first. A double play. A 3-6-3 double play for the first and second outs of the inning. Luis Garcia got it there on a hop in front of first. Turned through to Caballero perfectly, who turned and returned it right back for the first and second out of the inning. And now here comes Ivan Herrera with nobody on and 2 out. Top of the 7th inning, 6-3 Cardinals. Lefty-righty matchup against the lefty Yarbrough. He comes set above the belt. The first pitch to Herrera. A cutter away and ruled a ball. The count is 1-0. A couple of walks and a ground out. Herrera's 0 for 1. Yarbrough comes set. The 1-0. Strike, cutter down Broadway, and the count is 1-1. Herrera gets back into the box. I'm really glad they did not trade Ivan Herrera. He comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging strike on the changeup downstairs. Swinging over the top of that one was Herrera, and the count is 1-2. Had he not swung, it most certainly would have been a called strike too, but it was on the lower side, admittedly. Coming set is Yarbrough. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back on the cutter away. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Herrera gets back into the box. Yarbrough comes set. And the 1-2. A four-seam fastball well inside and ruled the ball. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 6-3 Cardinals, top of the 7th inning. Nobody on with 2 out. It's a 2-2 count here to Ivan Herrera. Ryan Yarbrough, he comes set. And the 2-2 pitch. And they popped him on up around second base. Underneath it is Jazz Chisholm Jr. He makes the catch behind second for the 3rd and final out of the inning. So, no runs, 1 hit, no walks, nobody left on. After 6.5 innings of play, it is 7th inning stretch time down at Yankee Stadium. I'm Paul D, and this is Bombers Game Mike. 6-3 Cardinals going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's go back to the chat. All right. He has not been plunked lately. I believe it's been 9 games since the last time he was plunked. The Yankees, I think, have put out, I think they're on their 4th pitcher tonight. Yeah, they're on their 4th pitcher tonight, Brother Joe. Yes, we all hum, sing, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Oh boy, it's about to break out in the chat. A whole chorus of it. I swear if they put in Gastelum, I'm going to be sad. Yeah, you and me both, man. Gastelum is just like all the way up or all the way down. And there's no middle ground with the guy so far. I mean, I'd love to see him succeed at the big league level, obviously. And his numbers down to AAA are tremendous. But that's just how big a jump it is from AAA to the majors. Due up for the Yankees in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ryan McMahon, Jose Caballero, and Austin Wells. Austin Wells has a 2-run home run in his last at-bat. So 7, 8, 9 in the Bomber order for the bottom of the 7th inning. I see Gastelum in my nightmares. You know, it's interesting. I thought they were probably going to find a suitor for Ryan Stanek, but apparently nobody was all that interested. That was one of the rumors going around. Hey, Max, how's it going? All right, we're back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. Ryan McMahon, Jose Caballero, and Austin Wells. Ryan McMahon is 1 for 2 with a run scored and a strikeout. Let's see where the Cardinals go here. Still showing Justin Brule in the game, which I think is interesting to say the least. 6-3 Cardinals here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First of 3 at Yankee Stadium in this midweek series. Nothing like focusing in on the lights above the frieze of Yankee Stadium. That's exactly what I want to see when I get my game action in here. Well, I mean, the frieze of Yankee Stadium is iconic, but focusing on the lights right above it, that's just a weird choice. And here comes the aforementioned Ryan Stanton. In 48 games, 43 and a third innings pitch, a 4.15 ERA and a whip of 1.43, 9.55 Ks per nine. Almost like I spoke him into existence out on the mound. Oh, they traded Newt, Max. A couple of minor league pitchers from the Diamondbacks. All right. They found a couple of Cardinal fans in the audience. One's wearing a Musial jersey, a throwback, I'm assuming. I hope. And a Yadier Molina jersey. So, hey. Nice find. Now, here is the left-handed hitting third baseman, Ryan McMahon. A name that I cannot possibly forget. He is 1 for 2. Righty-lefty matchup. Stanton comes, set of the Birds. The first pitch, McMahon. Check swing, did he go around? No, says Blue down the third baseline. The count is 1-0. It's a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball out to right field. Going back is Jordan Walker. He's looking up, and it is gone. A solo home run into the Yankee bullpen in right center, and that will cut it down to a 6-4 Cardinal lead. A solo home run off the bat of Ryan McMahon to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wow. I don't see a whole lot off the bat of Ryan McMahon like that most of the time. Yeah, that was a four-seam fastball down and in. Classic lefty swing path. You don't play games there. Prior to that, Ryan McMahon had 9 home runs on the year. Now the first pitch to Jose Caballero, a sinker away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. So nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning. One already in for the Yankees. It's a 6-4 Cardinal lead. He comes set, the 1-0. There's a fly ball down the left field line, and it is gone. A solo home run off the bat of Jose Caballero, and that will cut it down to a 6-5 Cardinal lead. A pair of solo jobs here in the bottom of the 7th inning with nobody out for Ryan Stanton. The first one to right center, the other to dead left for Ryan McMahon and Jose Caballero, and it is a 6-5 Cardinal lead. Oh, boy. That was an absolute no-doubter. Ollie, are you going to stick with them here? You know, 2 of the 3 pitches he's thrown have gone out of the park. I think we've seen this before, folks. It's called Minnesota. Now, here's Austin Wells, who's already homered tonight. Here's the pitch. A splitter strike, inner third above the knees. The count is 0-1. Now, the 0-1 pitch. Strike, four-seam fastball, outer third below the belt. The count is 0-2. Oh, yeah, it's definitely Stanton panic. No question, J.M. Jones. Stepping off the bump briefly there is Stanton. George Soriano's up in the pen for the Redbirds. Now, the 0-2. Did he go around? No, says Blue down the third baseline, and the count is 1-2. Coming set is Stanton. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging strike 3. Down, hacking goes Austin Wells for the first out of the inning. So Ryan Stanton bounces back from those 2 solo home runs to get a strikeout of Austin Wells. Now back to the top of the order with Trent Grisham. On deck is Benjamin Rice. Trent Grisham himself has a home run tonight, taking advantage of that short porch and right. Righty-lefty matchup, the first pitch. A four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. A foul out, a strikeout, and a solo home run for Trent Grisham. Now, here's the pitch. A splitter down and in and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. Now, here's the pitch. Hit into right field and into the corner, right there into the gap, I should say. Rounding first. Here comes the throw at second. Sliding is Trent Grisham, and he is safe at second with a one-out double off of Stanton. And the Yankees have a runner on second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So, the Yankees are definitely making a game out of this one. And it's not a terrible surprise given the Cardinal bullpen. And as I mentioned, even though this is definitely not the premier Yankee lineup due to injury, this team can definitely hit, and they hit very well at home. And Ollie Marmol is going to the pen. He's going to the righty, George Soriano. So Ryan Stanek, that's something for you. So we have ourselves a pitching change. Here comes George Soriano. He will face Ben Rice, who is 0 for 3. The guy who has 30 home runs so far this year. Stanek sold the game. That's a view. Maybe Harold. But given some of his managing miscues this year, he could screw that up. So he's going to the righty, George Soriano. I'll give you Soriano's numbers in just a moment. The game hangs on a knife's edge here in the bottom of the 7th with the runner out at second. So we await the end of this pitching change. Whoever gave him coffee tonight, you're hired. Or fired. I guess it depends on how you look at it. The Yankees are definitely in the Bronx tonight. This is at Yankee Stadium. All right, we're back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. In comes George Soriano. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup against Ben Rice, who's 0 for 3. Runner on second with 1 out. George Soriano in 50 games, 49 innings pitched, a 3.49 ERA and a whip of 1.16. Stepping into the box is Ben Rice. Trent Grisham leads off second. Looking in is Soriano. He comes set of the belt. And the first pitch. Strike, slider on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Well done, J.M. Jones. It's an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. A changeup down and in and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. That is one place with a changeup you really better know what you're doing with Ben Rice. This kid can hit, especially at Yankee Stadium. He comes set. The 1-1. A changeup up and away and out of the zone. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. He comes set at the belt. Back in the box is Ben Rice. The 2-1. Strike, four-seam fastball, whispers over the black of the outside corner above the knees. The count is 2-2. So Trent Grisham's out at second with one out. Bottom of the seventh inning, 6-5 Cardinals. Soriano comes set. The 2-2. There's a fly ball out to center field. Going over to his left is Nate Church. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Staying right there at second is Trent Grisham. So Ben Rice flies out 8 for the second out. Now, here comes Luis Garcia Jr., who is 1 for 3 tonight. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup. Runner on second with 2 out. Here in the bottom of the seventh inning, it's a 6-5 Cardinal lead. Righty-lefty matchup. Coming set is Soriano. The first pitch. Hit down the left field line, giving chase towards the stands, and it's about a row deep and out of the reach of Torres, and the count is 0-1. Luis Garcia Jr., a foul out, a single, and a ground out. He is 1 for 3. Hitting .283 with, I think, 23 home runs. He had a good year up to this point. Now, the 0-1. A changeup down and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Looking in is Soriano. He sets at the belt. Runner leads off second. The 1-1. Swinging strike on the changeup down and away. Swinging over the top of that one was Luis Garcia Jr., and the count is 1-2. Yeah, that's a very fine point there, Harold. Now, the 1-2 pitch. A changeup down and away and well out of the zone. The count is 2-2. A question that would ruin Socrates, Plato, Zheng Lao Su, etc., etc. Showing off your philosopher knowledge. He comes set. The 2-2. Foul back on the four-seam fastball up and away, and the count remains 2-2. Oh, that's easy, Max. Lars Newpar. We've been opining that one all night, unfortunately. Garcia Jr.'s back into the box. Coming set Soriano, the 2-2. Hit out there to right field, going back, looking up, and it is gone. A 2-run home run, and that will make it a 7-6 Yankee lead on the 2-run homer to right off the bat of Luis Garcia Jr. A 2-run home run to right, and the Yankees have a 7-6 lead. Oh, boy. This has not been the bottom of the seventh for this Cardinal bullpen. My goodness. A 4 spot by the Yankees here in the bottom of the seventh. Yeah, that one was a no-doubter off the bat. Let's see it. Oh, yeah, a changeup down and in. Place you just don't play around at Yankee Stadium to a left-handed power hitter. Heck, you don't even need to be a power hitter at Yankee Stadium and put it out with that one. Now, the first pitch to Spencer Jones. Strike, four-seam fastball down and in. The count is 0-1. Now, Soriano comes set. And the 0-1. Swinging strike on the changeup, well down and in. The count is 0-2. Back onto the bump goes Soriano. He comes set. And the 0-2. Hit foul down the third base side and out of play on the slider away. The count is 0-2. Now, the 0-2 pitch. Fouled straight back on the four-seam fastball in the outer third. The count remains 0-2. So 4 already in here for the Yankees in the bottom of the 7th inning. They have a 7-6 lead. Infield defense playing back and slightly shaded towards right. Here against the lefty Spencer Jones. The 0-2. Hit foul down the first baseline and out of play. 16 pitches so far for Soriano. Man, I would trade Stanek for a half-drinking flat beer. Now, the 0-2 pitch. A four-seam fastball up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-2. Now, the 1-2 pitch. Swinging strike 3. Down, hack, and goes Spencer Jones for the third and final out of the inning. However, the the Yankees, they put up a 4 spot and they have themselves a 7-6 lead. We go to the top of the 8th inning. 7-6 Yankees. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. Ah, boy. That was not good for anybody. Not fun, to say the least. But you know what? They're playing a serious team here. Like I said, a very veteran-laden team with a lot of talent. Even as injured and hobbled as they are at the moment. If you don't throw quality pitching out there, you're going to get it. All cows, no bullocks in the Redbirds paddock. That's the way of putting it. So, due up for the Redbirds in the top of the 8th inning. Brian Torres, Mason Wynn, and Nate Church. So 5, 6, and 7 in the Cardinal order. See where the Yankees go with this. Still showing Ryan Yarbrough's in the game. Hey, Fantasy Football Reaper's back. Why continue to put Stanek out there while rebuilding? Call up the entire AAA bullpen. It may come to that. It may very well come to that. I mean, at this point, there's very little to be lost in that. It ain't actually, Martin Greenwell, they did. They got a left-handed pitcher from the Reds, of all places, for $250 in cash consideration for, like, the international signing pool. We'll see. All right, we're back here for the top of the 8th inning. 7-6 Yankees. Now, here is Blaze Jordan pinch hitting here for Brian Torres. Lefty-righty matchup. Here's the first pitch. A cutter strike outside corner. The count is 0-1. Blaze Jordan hitting .240, a home run, 22 RBIs. It's a lefty-righty matchup. Yarbrough comes set. Now, the 0-1. A cutter up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Now, Yarbrough sets. The 1-1 pitch. Hit foul down the first base side. Now to play on the four-seam fastball into Blaze Jordan. The count is 1-2. Well, luckily you don't have to wait long, Dennis. Oh, J.M. Jones, you know better than that. Now, here's the pitch. Foul down the first base side and out of play. Yep, $250,000 in pool money. He comes set and steps off the rubber, so we get to wait a little longer for this 1-2. Yarbrough is back onto the bump. Back into the box is Blaze Jordan. There was a pitch clock violation, so it's a 2-2 count. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Head on out there into center field. Going back is Trent Grisham up against the wall, and it is off the base of the wall, and it sits there. Coming around second, going into third is Blaze Jordan, and he will be in with a leadoff triple here in the top of the 8th inning. Blaze Jordan put it out there into left center field. Trent Grisham had no shot at it. And now the tying run is but 90 feet away and nobody out. Okay. So that was a four-seam fastball on the inner third, about thigh-high to Blaze Jordan. That thing very nearly went out of the park. And there you are, folks. So, a leadoff triple for Blaze Jordan. Now coming in is Chiavilli. He is going to face Mason Wynn with a runner on third, nobody out. And it looks like they're actually going to put a pinch runner in for Blaze Jordan. I think. Yeah, gut check indeed, Roger. All right, so we have ourselves a pitching change. Angel Chiavilli, 24-year-old right-hander in 14 games this year. He is 1-0 with a 0.57 ERA in 15 2/3 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts in that span, and a whip of 0.96. That's the story there. Very well put, Brother Joe. Very well put. Now, due up for the Cardinals, of course, we're waiting on the pitching change, but Chiavilli will face Mason Wynn, and Nate Church is on deck. So, a righty-righty matchup, and then Nate Church. 152 likes. Thank you so much, everybody. 276 people watching. Hit that like button, everybody. Good to see you, Nick/4like. No, okay, no. Blaze Jordan just, I think, went to go change like his batting gloves or something. He's sitting there on third base. All right, here's Mason Wynn. He will face Angel Chiavilli. Gave you his numbers just a moment ago. It's a righty-righty matchup. The Yankees defense is playing in. And the first pitch. A changeup bounces out in front of home plate, backhanded by Austin Wells. A very nifty little pickup there on the backhand. The count is 1-0. Now he comes set. The 1-0 to win. A check swing strike, a half swing strike, more like it on the changeup away. The count is 1-1. There we go. He comes set. The 1-1 pitch. A changeup in the dirt away. The count is 2-1. Oh, I'm doing all right, Nick. How are you doing? Good to see you. Blaze Jordan leads off third. It's a 2-1 count, nobody out. Chiavilli comes set. The 2-1. A slider down and away and out of the zone. The count is 3-1 strike. Mason gets back into the box. He's 0 for 3 tonight. On deck, Nate Church. Chiavilli sets. Chiavilli deals. Ball 4 on the changeup, down and away, so Mason Wynn works. A no-out walk with his runners on first and third with nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. That walk following the leadoff triple to center field off the bat of Blaze Jordan. Here comes Nate Church. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup. He is 1 for 1. A run scored, an RBI, couple of walks. Hey, thank you so much, J.M. Jones. Now he comes set. The first pitch. A changeup down and in and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Runners on first and third. Nobody out. Top of the 8th inning. 7-6 Yankees. Tying run is sitting there at third. The Yankees are in at the quarters. Middle infielders are playing back and slightly towards right. The 1-0. Swinging strike on the changeup down and in to Nate Church, and the count is 1-1. Also, everybody, give a proper round of applause to the amazing job Justin Beasley is doing on the scorebug tonight. He is fantastic at that, and I can't appreciate him enough. Now, the 1-1. Swinging strike on the changeup away, and the count is 1-2. Hey, we missed you too, Nick. Stepping out of the box briefly is Nate Church, and time is officially called. Really gets back onto the rubber, takes himself a deep breath. Back in the box is Nate Church. Really comes set. The 1-2. A slider down and in the dirt. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 9 pitches so far for Angel Chivili. Runners lead off first and third, nobody out. Top of the 8th inning, 7-6 Yankees. Come in set. The 2-2 offering. Hit out there into right field, going back, looking up, and it is gone. A 3-run home run off the bat of Nate Church, and that will give the Cardinals a 9-7 lead on the 3-run home run to right off the bat of Nate Church, and they take a 9-7 lead. Boom indeed. Nate Church praying at the altar of the long ball. That gives the Cardinals a 9-7 lead. Take us to church indeed, Jeff. A big old 3-run home run off the bat of Nate Church. It's a 9-7 Redbird lead. They might need more than that given how the bullpen has pitched so far. Now the first pitch to Fairmean. A slider strike on the outside corner. The count is 0-1. So, still nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. A changeup inside. It's ruled a ball, but it looks like it's being challenged. Let's see. It's indeed a strike, so the Yankees win their ABS challenge there. It actually got mostly zoned, and the count is 0-2. Chivili comes set. Now the 0-2 pitch. Fouled straight back on the slider away, and the count is 0-2. Man, this has been a high-scoring affair. Chivili comes set. And the 0-2. A slider up and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-2. See, John. Wowie wow. What a game. It's an emotional roller coaster. Yeah. Definitely. Now he comes set. The 1-2. Chop foul down the third base side and now to play on the changeup down and away. Counts 1-2. Pitches so far for Angel Chivili. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 8th, 9-7 Cardinals. Here's the pitch. A four-seam fastball down and away and out of the zone. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back into the box is Fairmean. The 2-2 pitch. A changeup down and away. Most certainly rolled a ball. The count is 3-2. So the Cardinals have themselves a 9-7 lead following the 3-run home run off the bat of Nate Church out in the short porch. Shively sets. The 3-2 hit to the left side and in for a base hit. Picked up there on a hop by Spencer Jones out and left. So a single to left off the bat of Jose Fermin, and the Cardinals have a runner on first. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. 3 already in. A very clutch home run to right off the bat of Nate Church. Yeah. Now, here is Jimmy Crooks. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Runner leads off first, the first pitch. There's a fly ball down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Jimmy Crooks, and that will give the Cardinals an 11-7 lead on the 2-run home run to right into the second deck and right for the Rook, Jimmy Crooks, and the Cardinals have an 11-7 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Wow, this really has been a roller coaster, folks. Oh, that thing, there was an absolute no-doubter off the bat of Jimmy Crooks there. Angel Shively really giving up the goat. Yeah, it looked like a four-seam fastball up and into him. It's about belt high on the inner third. Yeah. And a $1 super for Jeff Coleman. Yes. Thank you, Jeff. Oh, this game has been intense. Now the first pitch to JJ. Strike. Change up on the inner third, about knee high. The count is 0-1. Yeah, Jimmy Crooks indeed, Jerry. Now the 0-1. Strike. Slider down Broadway. The count is 0-2. So there's still nobody out here, might I add. A 5 spot on the part of the Cardinals, not one out yet recorded. Shively looks in. He comes set above the belt. The 0-2 to Weatherall. Hit on up the middle and into center field for a base hit. So a single there off the bat of J.J. Weatherall. And the Cardinals have a runner on first with nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. 5 already in. They have themselves an 11-7 lead. Don't call it a comeback. Been here for years. That may very well be the comment of the night, see, John. And here is Jordan Walker. It'll be a righty-righty matchup. There's some kind of weird holdup on the game here. What's going on here, folks? Okay. Now, Shively comes set, runner on first, the first pitch. A slider away, and it's ruled a ball. The count is 1-0. Jordan Walker's actually 2 for 4 tonight. A couple of strikeouts swinging and a couple of singles. Shively comes set. The 1-0 to Walker. And there is a fly ball to shallow left center field. Underneath it is Caballero. He makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the 8th inning. So a runner on first with 1 out. Here comes Alec Burleson. 2 for 4 with a couple of 2-run homers tonight. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Next pitch is going to be Shively's 25th. Leading off first is Weatherall with 1 out. Top of the 8th inning. 5 already in for the Redbirds. The first pitch. Swinging strike of the four-seam fastball on the outside corner below the belt. The count is 0-1. Who would ever thought? Jimmy Crooks, right? Shively sets the 0-1 offering. A changeup away and well out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Now, Shively comes set. The 1-1 pitch. A four-seam fastball well away and out of the zone. The count is 2-1. Oh, that's an interesting thought, Max. That's an interesting thought. I might do that. He comes set. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging strike over the top of that slider. Down and in, and the count is 2-2. Now, Shively sets. The 2-2 offering. Foul down the third base side and into the stands, and the count remains 2-2. 165 likes, 326 people watching. Hit that like button, everybody. You listen to Nick. He knows what he's talking about. Runner on first with 1 out. 5 already in. Coming set is Shively. The 2-2 pitch. Foul down the third base side and out of play on the 14 fastball up and away. The count remains 2-2 to the Burley first baseman for St. Louis. Runner leads off first. Coming set is Shively. The 2-2. Fouled straight back up on the changeup away, and the count is 2-2. Angel Shively has thrown 31 pitches so far. Cold in this room. Coming set is Angel Shively. He deals. There's a fly ball down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Alec Burleson, and that will give the Cardinals a 13-7 lead into the second deck. A Burley bomb from Alec, and the Cardinals have a 13-7 lead. Someone here, or I think it was you, Dennis, who was talking about college football. Well, this is a very low-scoring college football game right here. His third 2-run home run of the night. Another Burley bomb indeed. They have a 13-7 lead. And a $1 super from Jeff Colbin. Thank you, Jeff. I like the theme you have going tonight. Burn, Burley, burn. The first pitch to Herrera. A changeup down and away and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. So nobody on. There's still only 1 out. 7 in for the Cardinals here in the top of the 8th inning. He comes set. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch. Foul tipped on the check swing. The changeup in. The count is 1-1. They're saying it's a 2-0 count, but he clearly fouled that off. But let's see here. They're trying to figure something out. I don't know why it still says 2-0, but whatever. So a 7 spot for the Cardinals here in the top of the 8th inning. Still only 1 out. Now here's the pitch. Hit to the right side, picked up there by Luis Garcia Jr., who takes it to the bag for the second out of the inning. So Ivan Herrera bounces out 3 for the second out. Oh, yeah, he did absolutely crush that seed, John. I'm surprised that thing is still in the same area code. And congratulations, the Cardinals have batted around. Here comes Blaze Jordan, led off the inning with a triple. Nobody on with 2 out. Righty-righty matchup. And the first pitch. A 4-seam fastball well downstairs, and the count is 1-0. Braylon Beasley with a $2 super. Thank you, Braylon. It's much appreciated. Now the 1-0. Hit to the left side, picked up there by Ryan McMahon, who throws to first in time to get Blaze Jordan for the third and final out of the inning. However, the Cardinals put up a 7 spot. I kid you not. A 3-run home run, followed by a 2-run home run, followed by a 2-run home run. And the Cardinals have a 13-7 lead going to the bottom of the 8th inning. I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. 13-7 Cardinals going to the bottom of the 8th. Well. No, you cannot bring Stanek back in. God help us if they do. Yeah, that's pretty much spot on, Max. Well, so the Cardinals, they put up a 7 spot following a 3-run home run, followed by a 2-run home run, then a 2-run home run. Nate Church, Jimmy Crooks, and Alec Burleson. Alec Burleson with his third bombola of the night. Due up for the Bombers in the bottom of the 8th inning, Jason Dominguez, Jazz Chisholm Jr., and Ryan McMahon. 5, 6, and 7 in the Bomber order. Honestly, I don't know, J.M. Jones. I really don't. But, I'll take it. Like from your cell phone or mobile device, y'all. Listen to Jeff Coleman. He knows what he's talking about. So it's a 13-7 Cardinal lead going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still showing George Soriano in the game. We'll see. All righty. We are back here for the bottom of the 8th inning. 13-7 Cardinals. Now, Gordon Graceffo is in, and the first pitch. Strike, four-seam fastball down and in to the switch hitting. Jason Dominguez hitting left-handed against the right-hander Graceffo. The count is 0-1. He sets at the Birds. The 0-1. Fouled straight back on the slider, up and in. The count is 0-2. I'm not saying you're wrong, Dwayne. I'm not saying you're wrong. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th. 13-7 Cardinals. The 0-2 from Graceffo. A sinker well upstairs and out of the zone. The count is 1-2. Man, this really has been a roller coaster. It's not over yet. Now, Graceffo sets the 1-2. Fouled down the third baseline and out of play on the changeup away, and the count remains 1-2. So what happened after the Nate bomb? A 2-run home run by Jimmy Crooks and then a 2-run home run off the bat of Alec Burleson, his third of the night. The 1-2 pitch. A changeup down and away and well out of the zone to Jason Dominguez. The count is 2-2. Now, Cummins set at the Birds. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled straight back on the four-seam fastball upstairs. The count remains 2-2. A $5 super from Cat Snow. New sub here. Thanks, Paul D. Go Birds. Well, thank you, Cat Snow. I really appreciate it. That's very generous and very appreciated. Welcome aboard. And the 2-2. A slider down and in and out of the zone. The count is 3-2 to the Martian, Jason Dominguez. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. 13-7 Cardinals. Graceffo sets at the Birds. The 3-2. Called strike 3. Four-seam fastball down and in. Down looking goes Jason Dominguez for the first out of the inning. Oh, I think he might be watching. He's probably watching you from the airport because he literally was in tonight's lineup. He got traded an hour before game time, Eric. Now here's Jazz Chisholm Jr., righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch. A slider upstairs and out of the zone. The count is 1-0. Most sad about all time. Oh boy, I have no idea. I have to think on that, Heather. Now, the 1-0 pitch. There is a fly ball out to right field. A few feet over to his right in front of the State Farm advertisement in right field. Pulling it in is Jordan Walker for the second out of the inning. So a fly ball to right there. off the bat of Jazz Chisholm Jr. Here's Ryan McMahon. In his last at-bat, he hit a solo home run back in the bottom of the 7th inning. He is 2 for 3. A strikeout swinging, a single, and that solo home run into the Yankee bullpen. Righty-lefty matchup, the first pitch. Swinging strike on the slider, down and away. Swinging over the top of that one was Ryan McMahon. The count is 0-1, a name that I cannot possibly forget. Graceffo sets at the Birds. The 0-1. A slider down and in and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. Yeah, when Albert walked, that did hurt. Though, in all fairness, given the money he was asking for and the years and how he produced in Anaheim, it kind of worked out for the best. The 1-1. Swinging strike on the slider upstairs. Swinging underneath that one was Ryan McMahon. The count is 1-2. Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, Eric. I think there's a lot of people here tonight who feel that way. Now the 1-2. A changeup down and away and clear out of the zone. The count is even at 2-2. Yeah, Albert walking obviously wasn't a trade, but it still hurt because you thought they were going to figure it out. Didn't happen. Now they come set. The 2-2. Hit on up the middle, picked up there by Mason Wynn on a couple of hops. He throws to first in time to get Ryan McMahon going down the line for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no walks. Nobody left on. After 8 full innings of play, it is 13-7 Cardinals going to the top of the 9th inning. I'm Paul D. And if you're enjoying my call of Redbird action here on Game Mike and you haven't done so already, please do leave a like. Hitting that like button on your screen there, whether it's on your mobile device, your laptop, your desktop, or your television, however you work it in that case, does a world of good to help this channel continue growing. And you have my eternal gratitude. And if you like what you see and hear and you're not already subscribed, well, get subscribed. We'd love to have you. We have a lot of fun here on Game Mike. With that said, I'm Paul D. And this is Bombers Game Mike. 13-7 Cardinals going to the top of the 9th. 24 likes away from 200. Now that would be something, wouldn't it, folks? Oh, well, thank you, Heather. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you dig it. 176 likes, 315 people watching. Hit that like button. Cheers to you, 4Life/Nick. I've gotten so used to calling you Nick that going back to 4Life is like making the gears get unwound in my head. Due up for the Redbirds in the top of the 9th inning, Mason Wynn, Nate Church, and Jose Fermin. All right. Are they going to stay with Shabili there? Maybe. That means he's really taking one for the team if that's the case. I see the Cardinal broadcast finally found the couple with one Cardinal fan, one Yankee fan. Now, here is Mason Wynn. And they've gone to the bullpen. The first pitch. Strike, four-seam fastball inside corner. The count is 0-1. They've gone to the righty Cruz. Fernando Cruz in 52 games, 47 in the third innings pitch, a 2.85 ERA, a 1.35 whip. He comes set, the 0-1 pitch. Strike, slider on the inside corner, and the count is 0-2. 197 likes. Wow, that's a big old bump all of a sudden. Thank you guys so much. Now, the 0-2 pitch. Foul down the third baseline and out of play on the splitter in. The count remains 0-2 to Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Scored on that 3-run bomb all off the bat of Nate Church. One more. You're out there. I know you're out there somewhere. Cruz comes set. The 0-2. Swinging strike three over the splitter, down and in. Down hacking goes Mason Wynn for the first out here in the top of the ninth. It is a 13-7 Redbird lead. This game has had a lot of offense. Oh, you're very welcome, J.M. Jones. You know that. Yeah, 200 likes. Thank you, everybody. Now here's Nate Church, righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch from Cruz. Strike, slider on the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Oh, the way he's hitting, he's going to earn one. I can guarantee you guys. He's still a couple more years of team control. The 0-1 pitch. A splitter away and out of the zone. The count is 1-1. He's definitely one of those guys that you should seriously consider extending, much in the same fashion they did with J.J. Weatherall, even though the price tag will be bigger. Now, Cruz sets at the belt. The 1-1 pitch. And he popped him up out there into shallow left field. Charging in towards the line is Spencer Jones. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Man, Spencer Jones, if he were not wearing Yankee pinstripes, you could make him a forward on the New York Knicks and nobody would bat an eye. He is a huge human being. Now here is Jose Fermin, who's 2 for 4. Nobody on with 2 out. Top of the ninth inning, 13-7 Redbirds. Righty-righty matchup. Cruz sets the first pitch. Strike, slider on the inner third thigh high, and the count is 0-1. Jeff Coleman with the $1 super. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. And yes, as soon as I sign off tonight, you're going to be getting an email. The 0-1 pitch. Strike, slider on the inner third, about thigh high. The count is 0-2. I apologize for being a little lackadaisical on that, Jeff. Just under the weather and whatnot. I live in Pensacola, Florida. I'm from Illinois. I'm 63. I'm a diehard Cardinals fan. I listen to you every time that you're on. Thanks. Here's the pitch. Called strike three. A splitter on the inside corner. Down looking goes Fermin for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no walks, nobody left on. After 8.5 innings of play, it is 13-7 Redbirds going to the bottom of the ninth inning. I'm Paul D, and this is Bombers Game Mike. 13-7 Redbirds going to the bottom of the ninth. Let's go back to the chat. All right. Oh, yeah. No, Burley is, he was, at least in my eyes, one of those guys that, was kind of like an on-the-bubble 2026 All-Star. Unlike J.J. Weatherall, who should have been a sure lock, but them's the breaks, I suppose. My great-grandpa lived to be 101 and watched us listen to the Cards until the day he passed. Our family loves the Cardinals here in Arkansas. Yeah, that's one of the interesting things that I've learned over time. Not since well before doing this stream, just meeting people here in the area, is that there are a lot of Cardinal fans in Arkansas, which makes sense, when you given, Cardinal fans happen in generations, and this was the farthest team west prior to 1957. And, that shortwave broadcast and radio went down there to Arkansas, made a lot of Cardinals fans. So, all I can say is, Cat Snow, thank you for sharing. We hope to see you again, no doubt. Part of the chorus here. Dave Elliott. I was hoping the Birds would bat around again and get Burley up there for a shot at 4. That short porch and right does seem to suit him very well. All right, we are back here for the bottom of the ninth. Due up for the Bombers in the bottom of the ninth is Caballero, Austin Wells, and Trent Grisham. So 8, 9, and 1 in the Yankee order. Still showing Graceffo is in the game. We'll see. It's not a save situation. Indeed, he is back out there. Righty-righty matchup. And the first pitch to Caballero. Strike, slider on the inside quarter below the belt. The count is 0-1. I remember going to the 82 World Series Game 7. Oh, wow. Now the 0-1. Fouled back on the four-seam fastball in the inner third. The count is 0-2 to Jose Caballero. And jumping on the field when they won. Oh, boy, that must have been a lot of fun at that old Busch. That must have been an incredible night. Now, Graceffo sets at the Birds. The 0-2. A slider bounced out in front of home plate. It is ruled a ball. The count is 1-2. Yeah, that's right. Both Dizzy and Daffy are from Arkansas. That was quite a pickup. Branch Rickey at his best. Now the 1-2 pitch. A check swing on the slider down and away. Did he go around? Yes, he did, says the first base umpire. For the first out of the inning, Derek White with the $2 super chat. Another stellar game, Paul D. Well, thank you, Derek White, for that very generous $2 super chat. I really appreciate it, and I thank you. A core childhood memory, I bet. Here is Austin Wells. He's 2 for 3 with a 2-run home run earlier. Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch from Graceffo. Hit to the right side. Picked up by Burley on a hop. Covering, taking the throw is Graceffo. Beats Wells to the bag for the second out of the inning. So Justin Beasley, should they start tuning up the guitar? Are we going to be able to play it? So nobody on with 2 out, bottom of the 9th inning. 13-7 Redbirds here in Game 1 at Yankee Stadium in this midweek series. I'll be back tomorrow for the 6:05 p.m. first pitch. I'll be live here on Game Mike at 5:55 p.m. Central Time first pitch. Now here is Trent Grisham, righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch. A four-seam fastball down and in. The count is 1-0. So tomorrow night's game, 6:05 p.m. Central Time, first pitch from Yankee Stadium. I'll be live here on Game Mike with the play-by-play live stream at 5:55 p.m. Central Time. Coming sets Graceffo at the Birds. The 1-0. A slider down and in and out of the zone. The count is 2-0. Oh boy, was it ever, David? Was it ever? Now, he comes, set at the Birds. The 2-0 to Grisham. And he popped it up out there behind home plate, giving chase his crook that goes well into the stands. The count is 2-1. Oh, yeah, definitely all the credit in the world to Justin Beasley working that scoreboard. Are the Yankees in a slump? No, I'd say they've come out of one, really. The 2-1, hit to right field. Going back is Walker. He makes the catch for the third and final of the game. And it's a 13-7 Cardinals lead. And you know what that means, folks. It's time for the victory tune. 13-7 Cardinals over the Yankees is your final. Here in Game 1 of 3 from Yankee Stadium. "13-7 Redbirds in Game 1 is your final." Max, at your encouragement, at your suggestion, if I'm calling an MVP for this game, it can only be one person, and that is Alec Burleson. 3 two-run home runs, 6 RBIs tonight for the Burley first baseman for St. Louis. And 13-7 is your final. The winning pitcher is Gordon Graceffo. He improves to 7-1. On health, Seville takes the loss. He falls to 1-1. Cardinals improve to 56-57. The Yankees fall to 63-50. 13-7 is your final. Thank you all so much for joining me here on Game Mike. 13-7 Redbirds is your final here in Game 1 of 3 at Yankee Stadium. Burley is going to catch up to Walker. Well, as the rate he's going, yeah. Especially given the slump that Walker has been in, at least home run-wise, to be sure. Well, thank you so much, Harold. Jeff Coleman, you got an email coming. Good night, chat. See you all tomorrow. See you all tomorrow indeed, Justin Beasley. Jimmy, great call, Paul. Well, thank you so much, Jimmy. Joe Breeding, brother Joe. Burley going to surpass Walker at some point. Yeah, they win tomorrow. They're back at 500. How about that? C. John, great call, Paulie D. Good night, y'all. And a good night to you, C. John. And we will see you tomorrow night, Cardinals fans. Absolutely. Doge Bowl. Thank you, Paul D. And baseball fans everywhere. Heather Veloff. Good night. A good night to you, Heather. Dave Elliott. No fiddlesticks tonight. Great job, Cardinals. Great job, Cardinals. Great call, Paul D. Well, thank you, Dave Elliott. Cat Snow. Thanks, Paul and JB. See you guys tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, Cat Snow. This has been a presentation of Bombers Game Mike. 13-7 Cardinals is your final. You got it, Noah. Happy Hodag. I am happy to be of service. 13-7 Redbirds is your final. This has been a presentation of Bombers Game Mike. Bombers Game Mike, over and out. Be well, both you and yours, wherever you may be. Enjoy that victory tune, folks. 13-7 Redbirds is your final over the New York Yankees here in first of 3. Tomorrow night's action, 6:05 p.m. Central Time. Scheduled first pitch from Yankee Stadium. I will be live here at 5:55 p.m. Central Time with the play-by-play live stream here on Game Bike. I'll see you all tomorrow, folks. 13-7 Cardinals is your final. Have a wonderful night.